March 2008, the Rochester Rhinos appear to be finished. If not for the last-second heroics of Utica businessman Rob Clark, the 2008 season is finished for the Rochester Rhinos. Rob Clark comes in and saves the day. First order of business, a change in the coaching staff. Former Rhino standout player Darren Tilley is brought in to lead the team from the sidelines. Sounds good. But after 7 games, Rochester is 0-4-3, and the fans gearing up for a very long but difficult season at Paytech Park. Matt Ford and Darren Tilley realize reinforcements are needed. Hence, the signing of Andrew Greger after a blockbuster trade. Central defender Ross Smith is brought in, alongside another big bruising defender, Kenny Burtz. The wheels are in motion. The Rhinos begin turning things around. They qualify for the playoffs as the number 4 seed in the USL First Division, and granted, a very difficult off-season, a playoff appearance. Very respectable if the Rhinos were to finish there. But that's not the case. After falling to Charleston during the regular season, no wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie, the Rhinos eliminate the Charleston Battery in the quarterfinal series. Then next up, the Puerto Rico Islanders, a team that outscored Rochester 7-1 in 3 regular season games, come to Rochester. They lose 2-0, and that sets up tonight's game. The Rochester Rhinos, the Puerto Rico Islanders, they're 1 step away from the USL 2008 championship game. Kickoff is coming up next on Rochester's Country 107.3 and MyCountryFM.com.
By the Rhinos, great job by them. They're just 1 step away from the USL First Division championship game. And the Rhinos going into tonight's second leg, game number 2. They currently have a 2-0 lead after Friday's win at Paytech Park. Andrew Greger and John Manyanger scoring the goals, and you got to give some credit to Scotty Palguda. He is man-marking on Jonathan Steele to start the match, totally takes him out of the game. Great job by the Rhinos, a wonderful team effort. And during the regular season, let's not forget, Rochester was 0-2-1 versus Puerto Rico, outscored 7-1. As we saw, though, in last week's series against Charleston, throw those stats right out the window, folks. It just doesn't matter. The playoffs are a brand new season, and Friday night's game, a typical, rugged, hard-fought battle that saw several injuries and red cards for the Rhinos on their side of things. John Ball says he was only cramping up. He has made the trip to Puerto Rico. We'll see if that is the official word for John Ball tonight. Matthew Delicott, he got 7 stitches after colliding heads with Nigel Henry. He's also made the trip to Puerto Rico. And a little concerning, though, for Matthew Delicott. That's his second head injury in a week. He may be taking the pitch with a Peter Cech type of helmet or a headgear if those head injuries continue. Hopefully they won't. But Delicott, that's just a sign of his physical and aggressive presence on the soccer field. Well, the fans were pumped up in Rochester on Friday. We'll see what they have down at Juan Ramon Lubriel Stadium in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Stick around. We're minutes away from kickoff. It's game number 2 of the 2008 semifinals between Rochester and Puerto Rico right here on Rochester's Country 107.3 and MyCountryFM.com.
The Rhinos on Country 107.3.
Semifinals tonight, game number 2 from Juan Ramon Lubriel Stadium in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. The Rhinos and the Puerto Rico Islanders. Rochester now is up 2-0 after 90 minutes of play. Now they'll do it again tonight in Puerto Rico. Don Stevens will have all the action for you right here on Rochester's Country 107.3 coming up at 6 p.m. And it'll be very interesting, to see how Puerto Rico digests Friday's defeat here in Rochester. It was their first loss in 17 games if you combine the USL and the CONCACAF Champions League. We'll see how they respond. The wheels came off on Friday for the Puerto Rico Islanders. Rochester came out and
Country 107.3 and Adirondack Sports Group welcomes you to exclusive coverage of Rochester Rhinos soccer.
Cross down inside, up they go.
The Rhinos on Country 107.3 are brought to you in part by
Paytech Communications, Excellus, Foodlink, Famous Dave's Barbecue, Auction Direct, Knocknagel Realtors, Marina Dodge, Salvatore's Pizza, Camp Good Days and Special Times, Time Warner, Coca-Cola, Zweigels, Abbott's, Allen Distributor, Anheuser-Busch, Auto Depot, Valley Total Fitness, Blueberry Hill, Canandaigua National Bank, Cobra Press, Comfort Touch, Connolly Printing, Connors and Ferris, Corporate Communications, Delmonico's, DiLorenzo Electronics, Democrat and Chronicle, DePaolo Bakery, Dippin' Dots, Dr. Vincent Vella, Dunkin' Donuts, Empanada Stop, Empire Therapeutic Massage Center, Access Studios, Family First Federal Credit Union, Farish Apartments, Fox Soccer Channel, Freetown Magazine, Golden Tan, Harrow East, Health Source, Heberly Disposal, Kastner's, Kick This the Soccer Show, Kodak, Labatt's, Lamont Awards, Moss Apparel, McDonald's, Messenger Post, Midtown Athletic Club, Miller Brick, Minuteman Press, Moliere Chevrolet, Nancy's Fried Dough, Pace Windows and Doors, Patio Enclosures, Pellegrinos, Pettis Pools, Pita Pit, Howard Trip, Red Osier, Regional Distributors, Relcom, Ristorante Lucano, RITN, Sherman Furniture, Sign World, Simply Crepes, Soccer Shack, Supercuts, Taco Bell, The Distillery, The Soccer Spot, Total Sports Experience, 20-Toe Photo, USA Payroll, USL Live, Valpak, Wendy's, and World Gym.
He moves to his left, turns back for the right foot. Delicate spins, and he scores! Puts it inside the right post.
Now, let's head to the soccer stadium. Here's the voice of the Rochester Rhinos, Don Stevens.
Well, good evening to you. Welcome to another evening of soccer, and tonight we are in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Actually, Bayamon, which is, call it a suburb of San Juan. And the Rhinos taking on the Puerto Rico Islanders. They didn't have much luck here earlier this year with a 4-0 loss against the Islanders. But you look over the years, here in Puerto Rico, they have won 3, lost 4, and a draw. So pretty close to even up at this particular stadium here at Juan Ramon Lubrial Stadium in San Juan. Overall, if you wanted to include last night's game, the Rhinos have a 6-5-3 record against the Puerto Rico Islanders. And last night, certainly the Rhinos did something that not very many expected, including, I think, Puerto Rico Islanders, and that was to stop the Islanders' 17-game unbeaten string. It had been since August the 1st that the Islanders had been handed a loss, and the Rhinos certainly will be looking to see if they can't repeat that or at least hold tight here tonight with a 2-0 lead in the 2-game total goal series. We're talking with the coach of the Rhinos, and the coach's pregame interview is brought to you by the Farish Group. The best seat in the house is in your Farish apartment. See them all at farish.com. Talking with Coach Darren Tilley about the victory last night, and as we talked a little bit, and he describes how he felt after that victory.
I thought we did tremendously well in all aspects of the game. One could argue we started a little bit slowly, but I expected that Puerto Rico would come at us. They're a quality team, and they demand possession, and they're very quick breaking forward. So I had a fair idea that would happen, but as the game progressed, I think we got stronger and stronger and stronger.
Specifically on the goals, there were some great individual efforts there, weren't there?
Yeah, on both goals. But that being said, it's things that we work on in training, so it's nice to see certain plays or certain phases of games happening the way we practice them.
Offensively, as you produced 2 goals, and pleased offensively, could have been stronger offensively, you think, or what?
I wouldn't say it could have been stronger. We still had opportunities to score a couple more goals, but I think in hindsight that would be greedy. And certainly they had their chances as well. But I think to win in the playoffs at home 2-0, going into a second game is a great accomplishment and a great positive for us going into tonight's game.
Defensively, strong enough, you feel, for your club?
Yeah, I feel as though we're getting stronger and stronger with each game. The acquisition of Kenny Burks has been big for us, as well as Ross Smith. The role that we've asked Scott Polguda to play, he's done tremendously well. And both fullbacks, Johnny Braun and Daniel Oz, are doing well as well, both offensively and defensively.
There were so many things that went on in the game. There was a little bit of everything in that game. Sort of disrupted the flow a little bit, didn't it?
I think it disrupted the flow for them. My players were very disciplined and very organised, and I'm very proud of them because they could have got into situations where it could have been detrimental to the team, but they didn't allow that to happen. And when other teams do that, you need to take advantage. And certainly, a couple of their players lost the plot. I'm sure their coach isn't happy about that, but that sometimes does happen in games, and especially in playoff games.
A lot of physical play, tempers flaring. Do you expect it to continue that way in this one?
I'm sure it's going to start 100 miles an hour right from the beginning. And once again, as I probably will say in all playoffs games, is what team wants it more. Are individuals willing to go into battle against their opposite number and try to outfight them and outwork them?
You're in the same situation you were last series against Charleston, and the battery came out flying early on in the game, so you're expecting then the same thing from Puerto Rico, right?
I wouldn't be surprised. I think Puerto Rico are a bit more cultured than Charleston, and will certainly look to possess it and be a bit more free-flowing. But ultimately, they need to score. They need to score goals to progress. But they have enough quality in their team and their starting 11, whoever that may be, coming off of the bench to disrupt any team. And we have to be big and strong and brave in all departments. Would benefit us immensely to score a goal. But as the longer the game goes, without goals or with goals, I think it's just going to come down to what brave players we have or they have.
That next goal is absolutely huge, isn't it?
First goals in any game are huge, but certainly when you play a team that needs to score and would like very much to score early, very similar to Charleston, it really does set the tone for the remainder of the game.
You lost here 4-0 against the Islanders earlier. Is this a tough field for your team to play on?
As it is an awkward field, it's very much like Frontier Field. It's an old baseball stadium. It is quite narrow compared to ours and very short compared to ours. And certainly with the weather the way it is here, etc., the field can be very, very difficult. Both teams have to play on it, and it's to their advantage, obviously, because they're the home team. But would just a 4-0 loss make a difference? I don't think so. I think that's way out of players' minds. Is all about this upcoming game.
So with the size of the field, do you change what you do, your style of play at all?
To a degree, yes. And to a degree, understanding the way that Puerto Rico may come at us, certainly. But no matter what system you put in place or what tactical game plan you put in place, is still all about players performing.
Another great job by Scott Gallo, and obviously then you continue with him, right?
Yeah, Scott's done. Well, he made some great saves in the last game, and if Scott plays well, then we have a very, very good chance.
All right, there's Darren Tilley, the coach of the Rhinos. Tonight, the Rhinos taking on the Puerto Rico Islanders, the second of this two-game total goal series. So far, the Rhinos with a 2-0 lead in total goals, and this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
Country 107.3 on the web at mycountryfm.com.
There's a powerful new way to target consumers in Greater Rochester. Introducing Messenger Post Media. With more than 25 newspapers and publications, we deliver the strongest local coverage available to nearly 250,000 households in the suburban communities around Rochester and Canandaigua. With superior reach and targeted delivery, Messenger Post Media can deliver your message to over 500,000 readers like you. We cover the news that matters most, local news. Nobody does local like Messenger Post Media. Get the reach of Rochester-based advertising vehicles at a fraction of the cost. Whether it's dailies, weeklies, single paper buys, whole market coverage, or online, we deliver a high-impact, cost-effective solution to meet your marketing needs. Call 585-394-0770 or visit mpnnow.com. Messenger Post Media. Superior reach. Unique local content. Now, more than ever.
The Rhinos on Country 107.3.
Once again from Juan Ramon Loreal Stadium in San Juan, Puerto Rico, the Rhinos will meet the Puerto Rico Islanders. and the winner of this one moves on to the championship game, while the loser is done for the season. And, of course, the Rhinos, well, I should say winner and loser. I better clarify that again. The Rhinos can still lose, but if they lose by less than 2 goals, then they will come out the victory in the series. So, again, it's a 2-game total goal. In other words, this is like halftime. The first half, the Rhinos won it in Rochester 2-0, and now they'll play the second half to see what team comes up with the most total goals in the series. Checking the starting lineups, which are brought to you by Nothnagel Realtors, Rochester's full-service realtor. And beginning tonight in goal for the home side, the Islanders, is once again Bill Gaudette. They did lose the game last night, or Friday night, giving up 2 goals, had 3 saves in the game. The defenders will include Christian Arietta, Alexis Rivera, John Krause, and William Yombi. In the midfield, Sandy Gabandi, Osai Telesford, Johnny Steele, and Noah Delgado. And then up front will be Fabrice Noel. Is it Fabrice? Let me check that for sure. Can't read the writing. Yes, it is Fabrice. And the other is Taiwa Atieno. Those are the forwards for the Islanders. In goal for the Rhinos, Scott Bello. And he has done them all this year, except for, of course, the last regular season game, which he stepped aside for Tim Melia to get a game in. So Vallo has played all 3 playoff games, and he comes into this one with a 2-1 record and a 0.33 goals against average, having given up just 1 goal in 3 games thus far. The defenders will include John Ball, Kenny Birch, Ross Smith, Danny Earls, and Sput Valbuda is listed as a defender, however he plays more in the midfield position, along with Tiger Fitzpatrick, Luke Krummelmeyer, Andrew Greger, and then up front we'll see Johnny Manyonger along with Alan Marcina. Matthew Delicott is not in the starting 11 here tonight, although he is available for substitution. Took a nasty gash on the head last game in that collision with Nigel Henry of the Islanders, and he will watch from the bench at least the start of this one. Delicott is along. John Ball also came out of the game with a cramped up leg, but he is out on the pitch and starting at right back tonight. It's pretty much the starting lineup except for the same lineup, that is, except for, of course, Marcina up front along with Johnny Manyonger. Manyonger scoring last game, and as well as the Rhinos coming up with 2 goals last game. Actually, they had 2 in the first game, none in the second, 2 in the third game, and here we go now in the fourth. And the goal scorers last night, Manyonger and Andrew Greger, has the ball in Rhinos territory. Rochester shoots to the net to my right here in the first half. Tiger across midfield, and is pulled to the outside. Marcina taken down, and play goes on. Drawn away, off on the near wing on the attack is Delgado up the left side. Watched by Ball, and also double teamed by Krummelmeyer. The ball bounces away and out off of Delicott, so off of Delgado. So it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos from their own 20. John Ball to take the throw-in, right wing side. And the Rhinos attacking the net down to my right. Rochester wearing the black with green and the yellow trim and numbers. And the home team, the Islanders, wearing that light orange with the white numbers and trim. And the ball downfield on the right wing side. Yombi bothering Marcina as they battle on the right touchline. Goes to the corner, stepping in to take it away. As Krummelmeyer finally lets it roll, and it bends out over the touchline. A throw in for the Rhinos. Krummelmeyer back to Ball. Long cross with the back post up in the air to haul it down to the 6's Gaudette. And the keeper for the Islanders has the ball. Moves the players away. We're just getting started here in Puerto Rico. Gaudette throws it out the far end of the box, dribbles it ahead. Now pressuring Marcina as Gaudette will hammer it away downfield. That's headed away by Earls, leading up to the 35 for Krummelmeyer. Giving it off to Manyonger to the outside of the right wing for Tiger. Draws it in behind Rivera and moves after it. Catching up is Krummelmeyer. On the right side as it's closed down by Rivera. Takes Krummelmeyer down, and the foul is called on Rivera. Did not play last game, but feisty left back. Rivera, Alexis Rivera, 24-year-old from Puerto Rico. So Krummelmeyer will have the kick from 35 yards out, right wing side. Sets the ball. Also there is Greger. And probably Greger will take it. A left-footed kicker would swing it in. Second minute, no score. Just getting started here in Puerto Rico. Yeah, Greger will take the kick. There's the feed for the back post up in the air, and that's flighted over top of Birch and out over the end line. A goal kick for the Islanders. Puerto Rico led the league in goals scored this year in the regular season. Also led the league in goals against, the fewest goals against this year. Ball brought away out through midfield into Rhino territory. That's to my left, and on the left wing side, or on the right wing side, that's tackled away from Etienne went out. There will be a throw in. That was Noel that was taken down. And a throw in for the Rhinos. Earls from about his own 10 will take the throw in. On the left wing side, flick toward midfield, off into the middle. Stepping up is Younger, but couldn't get to it. That's popped up in the air, down inside the 18, off of the backside of Burts, and Earls gets to it. With the left foot, pounds a high floater out through midfield, all the way down, but out of bounds. Right in front of the Rochester bench, it'll be a throw in near mid-half field. For the Islanders, referee says back up a little bit. Gained about 25 yards on that one. Here's the throw in. On the right wing side, headed away by Burts. Nodded forward. In underneath it now. Burts will head it forward once again, but nodded off to Etienne. And now on the right wing side, moving is Noel, but stepping in to steal it away. Neat job there by Danny Earls. And it's pounded out through midfield by Gregor. Picked up, however, in the center circle once again by the Islanders. On the attack, Rivera tips it to the outside. Steele serves it down inside the box. Header down along the 10, and back is Palguda to bang it away. However, the flag, well, not a flag, but the foul was called, so it's a free kick for the Rhinos from down around their own 10. So the Islanders coming out, showing a little pressure right there, getting some speed going. Dowdle sets the ball, actually out at about his 18. Right footer out through midfield. That's played aside, and underneath it, nodded away. On the left wing side, Palguda for the Rhinos. That's in turn kicked away and out of bounds on the far side. So it'll be a throw in near midfield for the Rhinos. That is headed out of bounds on the far side. Once again, another throw in for the Rhinos at midfield to be taken by Danny Earls. A flick forward, however, nodded away by the Islanders, and then underneath it, Fitzpatrick drops it off. Earls will chip it forward into the middle. Younger chasing, but Rivera back heads it away. Nodded forward by Palguda, and a foul was called on the Rhinos. So we'll have a free kick now for the Islanders just to their own side of the midfield line. Marcina slowing it up, standing in front of the ball. 5th minute, no score from Puerto Rico. And, of course, the longer no score, the more advantageous for the Rhinos. Downfield, headed along the 18 in front. Burts will step in. He'll hammer it high in the air downfield after a collision with Telesford. Back to the center circle, Yombi will draw it aside. Krause to the outside on the right wing. Etienne has it there, or Arrieta rather, and he'll fire it all the way downfield. Burts will head it away out the far end of the box for Earls. On the left wing side, stops it along the touchline to keep it in play, and a pass forward to Tiger. Tried to tackle it away, however, that got away and rolls out. Throw in for the Islanders. Rochester 30 on the right wing side. Arrieta will take the throw in. There it comes. High floater down inside the 18. Burt stepping in. That one's through. And a big hop to the 6-yard line, and out to grab it on the first hop is Dowdle. Throws it ahead at the right side. Younger brings it away. Cross midfield. Younger, who leads the Rhinos in points so far here in the playoffs with a goal and an assist. Pass off in the middle, taken by Younger. Looks back to the outside. Off to Krummeyer on the right wing. Drops it back at the midfield line for Ball. One touch forward to Palguda. To the outside for Krummeyer. As Rivera attacks, Krummeyer moves inside. Down to the 25, to the 20. Switch back to the right foot. He's rolling for the end line. Gets a cross away, but grabbed off the near post by Gaudette. As Krummeyer tried the cross in front. That's grabbed, the pass grabbed by Gaudette, the keeper. Right away upfield. Dropped off again. Almost got away from Krause, but now pushed to the outside. Telesford on the right, and ahead with it, Arrieta. Serves it down in the middle, but stepping in is Smith for the Rhinos to head it away off of the far wing, the left wing side for Gregor. He scored Rochester's first goal last game. Drop back, Earls in the middle for Burts. One touch forward through midfield. In underneath it, Arrieta for the Islanders. Plays it again ahead to Rhino territory. Burts heads it in the air, comes down around the 20, stepping up is Smith. He'll nod it forward. And in turn, it's then headed aside. Tiger back. Counts it off for Earls. Pounds it out into the center circle. Settled defeat there by Rivera. On the left wing for Johnny Steele. On service down inside the 18. Head ball back toward the middle. And it'll be chased down and carried off by Ball. And Delgado got a foot on it, but it pops up in the air, rolls outside the 18. Krummeyer nods it away, but can't come up with the ball. On the near touchline, Delgado looking for the cross, blocked by Ball. Head kicked out of bounds. Throw in on the near side. for the Islanders from the Rochester 15. Out for the throw-in is Rivera. 8th minute, no score here in San Juan. Throw-in short, back to Rivera on the near touchline, then blocked away and out by Ball once again. Another throw-in, this time from about 15 out. Short once again to Delgado. Ball watching him. Delgado serves it for the back post. That's through out to the end line. Headed out over the end line. Off of Earls. It'll be a corner kick for the Islanders. Puerto Rico corner. This will be their right wing side. That's the far side of the field. And Steele will serve the corner. No score. 9th minute. Steele, left-footed kicker, in-swinger. What a great year he's had. Down in the box, out his battle to punch it away, all the way out to about the 35. He had to weave his way around a couple of players. That's played back in front, up in the air. Etienne headed back toward the middle, and Battle will haul it down at his 4. Battle comes down with the ball. As the players move away, Battle throws it out on the right wing side for Tiger. Right away up the right wing. As he approaches midfield, winner of this will move on to take on either Vancouver or Montreal in the second game of that series, getting underway at about 6:30. Feed forward, Etienne up the left wing side, looking for help to catch up as he switches back along the 18, then turns with his pass blocked aside. Stepping in, Ball will bang it away and downfield. Back for it goes Arrieta. In that other game, beginning at about 6:30. And Montreal with a 1-0 lead in that total goal series. Headed away by Burtz out the near end of the box. Is chased after the left wing by Steele. Crossing down inside. There's the shot. Blocked and hit somebody in front along the 4 and went out. The player Noel is calling for a handball, but he kicked it in front. It went off of evidently a Rhino player and out. What a great opportunity right there for the Islanders. Another corner. Maybe taken by Delgado. Right-footed kicker, in-swinger, puts it high for the back post. That one headed back toward the middle. Bicycle kick, knocked down the line and kicked away. That's about it. Knocked down off the line. Play goes on. That's put it away downfield. Everybody, I think that the Islanders are saying it was a goal. Islanders are saying it's a goal. The referee going over to talk to the fourth, where the linesman on the other side, and Younger and Battle. After the linesman on the far side of the field. But the indication is that did cross the line. It was a goal. It went in. The ball is placed at the center dot, so the Islanders have scored a goal here in the 11th minute. An early goal scored by the Islanders. And who's going to get credit for that one? I have no idea. It just barely made it across the line. Nella got a hand on it. It came down, bounced. It looked like it might have been inside the line, but certainly the indication from the linesman on the far side of the field was that it was. So now it's 1-0 in favor of Puerto Rico. The Rhinos leading the 2-game total goal series 2-1. Back into Rhino territory, played forward Etienne near the end line, stepping in behind a steal away is Burtz. Runs it off the right wing side to Krummelmeyer. He's watched by Steele, able to sneak by. Krummelmeyer to the red line, a pass across midfield. Kraus steps up to knock it away, and is taken back by the Islanders. Out on the near wing for Delgado on the left wing side. As he's watched by Ball, Ball stumbles and goes down. On the near side, Delgado crossing foot, getting back. Smith is able to deflect it away, and is hammered away out of the box, but Steele in underneath it, nods it off in the middle. Telesford to the outside for Rivera. Trying to get the name of the goal scorer. So Noel gets the goal. Noel. He is first to the playoffs. And that's the first playoff goal for the Islanders. John Ball, who stumbled and went down on the field. And he's slow getting up. He's calling for the trainer to come over, so Dave DePasquale will make his way over. But Ball, who got injured last game, came off lame with the right hamstring pull, or said was cramping. And he gets up as DePasquale's making his way over to the referee, and ball has a few words for the Rhino trainer. He'll have to take his time, and certainly, I don't know, it might be a bit of a veteran move right there to slow things down, as, of course, the attack coming very fast and furious from the Islanders. Sponsors of these broadcasts include the RITA and everything you need to be perfectly comfortable. By Salvatores, they deliver everything but babies. Ball has to walk all the way across and off. We'll see how quickly he'll be in. No, it is going to be a substitution as ball is out and Hines is in here in the 13th minute. So Ball gave it a go but couldn't do it. Ball is out. Hines is in. So the Rhinos have already made one substitution on the game. Ryan Hines will move in at right back. As the ball is brought forward now and turned ahead on the left wing side into Rhino territory is Noel. Dribbling forward, ball tackled away neatly by Earls and carried off by Greger. On the left wing, will pound it out through midfield and all the way down. Arrieta back, stops it far into the box, stepping in. Marcina bumping, but the ball is carried away. Out on the wing, knocked loose and stepping in the wing to steal it away has been Younger. He'll then feed it off along the 20 in front, but Kremmemeyer couldn't get to it. Rivera first time to get out of the far wing, and there's another Rhino player down on the pitch across the way. And the referee having a few words for one of the Puerto Rico players. I think that's Greger that's down. All the way over on the left wing side. That's a long way. I'm in a corner of the field. Still a long way away, but at least I got up top in the press box this time where I can actually see sort of what's happening. Greger gets up to one knee. It's 1-0 in favor of the Islanders. And another goal for Puerto Rico would even up this semifinal series at 2 goals apiece. Rhinos will serve it up. Kremmemeyer, right-footed kick down to the box, but headed away and out. Carried off by Noel, turns in behind, but Kremmemeyer steps in between, and then he'll bite the ball back down near the end line in the far corner. As they battle for it there, Greger watching. That's left-footed up into the stands on the far side. A throw in for the Rhinos about 20 yards out on the left wing. So far, this series has been a mirror image of what happened in the first series against the Charleston Battery. Rhinos took game 1. Game 2, Charleston came out, scored early, and Rhinos held on the rest of the way, and certainly if the result is the same, they'll be just fine with that. Right now, the Islanders have taken a 1-0 lead in this one. Ball played away. However, you have to expect that Puerto Rico is going to have some great opportunities here. They are a strong offensive team. Kremmemeyer puts it away. Off the foot of Steele out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Rhinos on the right wing side this time, about 20 yards out. And the throw in will be taken by Ryan Hines. Again, Puerto Rico, having scored the most goals in the season this year, in the regular season, leading all teams with 43. That's down inside, flicked down to the near end of the 6, moving in, and it's blocked forward by Tiger, but couldn't come up with the ball. And it's carried away upfield by the Islanders. Noel outside on the left for Etienne. Turns back, drops it to the outside. Steele plays it off in the middle and down to the right for Noel. Brings it off the wing, takes a shot, a roller in, scooped up. It is 2 by Scott Vallow. Vallow holds on. Right now I have 3 shots to none in favor of the Islanders on official stats. Vallow, high floater all the way downfield. Marcina trying to get in underneath it. And back for it. That's Arrieta to turn and play it off the wing and out of bounds. Quick throw into midfield for the Rhinos. Earls off to Greger. To Tiger, back to Greger on the left side. Drops it back near midfield. Danny Earls on the left wing begins to dribble forward. Now a feed through, but that's behind Ben Younger. Tiger heads it to the outside once again for Greger. One touch on the ball, but it's knocked down, and Tiger has it once again. Greger on the outside on the left. Dropping it back at midfield for Earls. His own side of midfield for Burns. Return pass to Earls. Now left-footed through midfield. Ben Younger. Marcina stumbled, went down, couldn't get to it. That's played away, but Earls in underneath it, able to head it across midfield once again. The ball is knocked down to the midfield line, then carried ahead by Telesford. To the outside for Steele, gets a toe on it to keep it in. Now pass down along the 18. Delgado switching back. Left-footed chip toward the net, and it's grabbed and held on to by Vallow. So Delgado got a weak shot away. That's a long service downfield all the way. One bounce inside the 18, grabbed by Gaudette. Offside, however, back upfield against the Rhinos as Marcina was ahead of the play. Delivered downfield into the Rhinos 18, and coming out, Dallow in a collision there, knocks the ball away. Foul was called on Delgado. So it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos from their own 15 inside the box, which will be taken by the keeper, Scott Vallow. John Ball came off the pitch. And with that leg problem back in the 13th minute. Rhinos still have available for substitution tonight Nate Kraft, Steve Guppy, Matthew Delicott, Chad Sievers, and Timwa Bonsu. Dallow places the ball at his 16, at his 18. Sends it through. Got to be some slippery spots on the field because he took the kick and then he went down. Burt's in the middle. Looking to draw it away with the right foot. Pass up the wing. Krummelmeyer stops at the midfield, then turns it across midfield and into Puerto Rico territory. Looking for the throw ball. Sneaks it through to Marcina. Chasing it down near the end line. Gets a dribble over cross, but that's picked off easily and played to the outside. Rivera gets to it just in time to keep it in. Pass in. One touch to the outside. Up the near wing for Etienne. Try to turn him behind. As the ball knocked away and out, it'll be a throw in for the Rhinos. Rochester throw in. Fans are figuring there should have been a foul. 19th minute, 1-0 lead for the Islanders. Throw in off in the middle for Burtz. Turns back with the ball and tries the left side to Earls. He'll then work the left wing and pass out to midfield. One touch across midfield. Gregor to Marcina. Turning back for the ball. Ella Marcina, former Puerto Rico Islander. Out the left wing side, drops it off, and a pass to the middle by Earls, but that's in turn banged away, and then Earls comes up with it again in midfield. Drops it off for Tiger. 1-on-1 versus Telesford. That went bouncing away, and deflected, hits Earls, and goes out of bounds, throwing for the Islanders at midfield. 20th minute. Here's the throw-in. Fighted forward, Earls heads it in the air, Burt's back. And it comes down, carried to the outside. Earls with a left foot. Drives it out through midfield. Marcina up but couldn't reach it. Now at midfield, Gregor able to head it forward off in the middle for Younger. As he's chased there, now triple team, but turns, switching back to the right foot. And to the outside for Krummelmeyer. Down to the 20. Breaks in the box. On the near end. Looking for the cross to the end line. A roller. Matic picked off at the 6th, then played away. Off on the near wing and carried away. However, a whistle is blown and... evidently, it did go out over the end line because it's a corner kick for the Rhinos. So the ball did go over the end line. Rochester will have the corner kick. Andrew Gregor will move over to take the kick, a left-footed kicker. It'll be an in-swinging kick. Here's the service in the box for the back post. Head ball in. It's knocked down. A spin around. Unable to get the shot away. Falguda. And the ball in the far wing is grabbed by Goddard on a big hop. So an opportunity. Unable to get a shot on frame. As the ball is rolled ahead by Goddard out of the box and brought forward. Arietta out to midfield, but stepping in the way. Tackled away by Earls. However, it's out of bounds as Noel went down over top of it. Noel in the regular season did have a goal against the Rhinos. Fabrice Noel, who scored here. 22 games, 6 goals, 2 assists. Last year in Puerto Rico had 4 goals. Played for the Racing Club of Haiti at age 16. Out through midfield, out of bounds on the near side. A throw in for the Rhinos from 20 yards out on the right wing side. Fine stepping out, long throw in toward midfield. Handed off into the middle. Coming back to help out Falguda, and the ball now pushed forward by Smith. And first time across midfield by Tiger, and Menyonga will spin it through Marcina in behind. Trying to get loose, headed back inside the box and grabbed on one hop by Goddard. Half-volley kick upfield, but he hooks it out of bounds on the near side. Godet's had a little problem with his kicks. This one a big hook on it, out of bounds. So a throw in for the Rhinos. Hines on the right side, out through midfield. Wide it through, but in behind. Steele gets to it, turns, and he'll send a looping kick downfield. At the near end of his 18 is grabbed by Vallow. The Rhino keeper has the ball. 22nd minute. 1-0 lead for the Islanders in this game. 2-1 lead for the Rhinos in the 2-game total goal series. Headed through into Rhino territory. Birch nods it forward, and Tiger drops it back. Earls is zones out of midfield. He'll try the left wing. Gregor right back to Earls through midfield for Ben Younger. To the outside. Moving on the play. Gregor crossing down inside along the 18. One big bounce. It's grabbed once again by Goddard as Marcina trying to get in behind the big guy, Yombi. Pushed away on the far side. Brought forward by the Islanders. Cross midfield to Noel. On the right wing moving up. Overlapping is Arrieta. Pass crossed through in front, and Hines steps in to knock it away. Krummelmeyer for Ben Younger. But it's tackled away from him by Krause, and the ball played up the near wing. After it goes Delgado on the left wing side. Hines chasing. Delgado stops. Switch back to the right foot. Cross on the 6, but Birch is there to head it away, and is flicked out of the box by Hines. Hines having a few words for the ref as he made that stop on Delgado's cutback and went down. I think he was pulled, or did he just slip? Brought forward by Dalguda, a pass upfield, and Tiger take it down from behind. Foul is called on Telesford. Rhinos will have the free kick, 35 yards out of their own end of the field. 24th minute, 1-0 lead for the Islanders. To the outside of the left wing, carried forward by Earls at midfield to Gregor. Again, he'll serve it all the way down inside the 18. One bounce to Gaudette, and the Islander keeper has the ball. Throws it away on the right wing side. Arrieta brings it forward. Pops it back in the middle for Krause. Takes a look downfield off to Yombi along his 25. Begins to work upfield toward the midfield line, and a chip ahead. Oh, it should have been way offside. Where was the offside call? Moving in the shot. Put away by Gallo from 10 yards out. Great shot by Etienne. He was way offside. Now Delgado with a shot. That one sneaks wide out over the end line, and Bell very upset with the linesman. That was tipped away out over the end line by the Rhinos. It'll be a corner kick, but very rightfully so. The Rhinos were very upset. There was no offside call. He had to be a good 4 or 5 feet offside. I think Etienne was very surprised himself. Looked like he had stopped, expecting the offside, and there was no whistle, so he picked it up and went. Corner kick, right wing side. Steele and Delgado are both in the corner. Short to Steele. Left wing. He'll miss the end of the net. It bends out over behind the net. It'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Paytech, personalizing personal communications. By Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield and helping you achieve your goals. And by Zweigels, the official hot dog at Paytech Park. Well, I'll tell you what. Rhinos are fortunate to dodge the bullet there. Islanders got huge help from the linesman there. Ball played away downfield. That's headed up in the air. It comes down to the center of the circle. And Younger tries to play it forward, but that pops up in the air again, coming down to the midfield line. Stepping in Tiger. Ball knocked away, and Arrieta will serve it away and downfield. In behind, after the ball goes Smith. Gets the right foot on it to bang it away out the near end of the box. Chased after by Hines. On the near wing, dribbles it ahead for Krummelmeyer, tips it forward, then he's run over and taken down by Rivera. Body contact on the part of the Islanders, and the ref coming over to have a couple of words for Rivera. Telling him to cool it. That's a couple of times at least. All right, ball is set. Of course, the Islanders without a couple of players. Jones, red carded last game. Miranda red carded last game. Nigel Henry injured last game. Here's Hines with the right foot, drives it down in the middle. That's headed up in the air to the outside. Delgado in underneath it. Able to clear it first time through midfield. Smith on the other side will bang it right back down into Islander territory. Headed toward the middle, but thrown away momentarily by Fitzpatrick. However, blocked away out on the near side. Delgado brings it ahead. Through midfield. Pass and Steele. Chips it to the outside. However, a foul is called now on the Rhinos. Taken down was Etienne, and perhaps a little payback there on the part of the Rhinos. So the free kick for the Islanders just across midfield into Rhino territory. Left wing side, near side of the field. 27th minute, 1-0 in favor of the Islanders, having scored back in the 11th minute. Fabrice Noel getting the goal for the Islanders. Steele set to deliver. There's the service down inside the 18, header up in the air, and Bello hauls it down at his 4, and then he runs into Telford and goes down himself. So a collision. And the referee restoring order is... And the Islanders players were all pointing for some reason at the linesman, but why, I'm not sure. All right, Bello is set. Very physical game, 28th minute. Bello high footer all the way out through midfield. And underneath it, Gregor trying to settle. However, it's carried away by Arrieta, and he'll go long to open field on the right wing side, chased after by Noel, but does not get there in time as it's out over the touchline. Throw in for the Rhinos from around their own 20. On the far side of the field. The winner here takes on Vancouver or Montreal, one or the other next Saturday. There's that Gregor slow getting up off the field. Set for the throw-in, Earls. Very warm, very humid day here in San Juan. It was about 87 when we got here last night, and I think it was warmer than that today, around 88 or 89, somewhere in that area, but very humid, very muggy. You can see across the way, lots of clouds and rain clouds. That's headed away out over the end line by Birch. A corner kick for the Islanders. Puerto Rico corner. Getting in their 4th corner of the match. Steele, left-footed kicker. He'll swing it in. There's the service in the box. Bello up, punches it straight up in the air. He'll go for it again. Comes down, and this time he's able to grab it and hold on. Bello has the ball as the players move away. 30th minute now. Throws it to the outside on the right wing for Hines. Pass off to Tiger. Approaches midfield. Tiger up the right wing side. Barcina trying to get him behind Yombi, but too much pace with the ball. It's too far ahead. And scooped up inside his box by Gaudette. Now roll it out. Krause to the outside on the right wing. Carried forward by Arrieta. He's up for the Defender of the Year honors. Long ball downfield inside the 18, but the Rhinos get to it. Earls bangs it away to Falguda. To the outside of the left wing for Andrew Gregor. Rolls it into midfield for Younger. Touching it forward, trying to get it on the other side, but got away. Rolls out. Throw in for the Islanders. Just to their own side of midfield. There's the throw in. Back is Earls. Heads it in the air toward the midfield line. Younger nods it forward. However, that's knocked down. Play it again up the wing. Birch is back. Nods it to the outside. Earls in underneath it. Left puts it forward again. Approaching midfield. But taken by the Islanders and served off into the middle. Into the chest of Etienne. And the foul is called. He's pushing off on Birch, and the whistle stops play. So once again, a free kick for the Rhinos. Their own 30. Battle. Moving out to take the kick with the right foot. Sends it through midfield and long up the left wing side. Headed away but out of bounds on the far side. Throw in for the Rhinos down around the 20 on the left wing. Gregor for the throw in. Drops it back to Earls and off into the middle for Tiger. Looks to the outside looking for the through ball to Younger. Gets tied up and the ball is pulled away by the Islanders. Off in the middle and on the attack now. Sends Puerto Rico to the outside of the left for Delgado. Rhino territory along the near wing. Turns back. Switching along the midfield line for Steele. He takes a look in front. Steele with the through ball. That's dropped back. Delgado will spin it to the outside. Comes away. Hines back bothering, but Delgado gets loose. And is taken down is Smith. That's played away and out top. And Smith was hauled down. The foul was called on the Islanders. Fans are not too happy about that call, but I don't think there was much question there. So, free kick for the Rhinos. Other sponsors of these podcasts include Power Trip. Get them the game. World Gin. Real gins, real people, real results. And by Auction Direct. For your next car, log on to auctiondirect.com. Battle sets the ball just inside of his 18. Low line drive kick through midfield. And Younger up, trying to flick. However, that's blocked away. Now push forward by Fitzpatrick. Spins it off to Gregor on the left side. Takes a look. And a chip down inside the box, but headed up in the air by Yombi. Coming down to the 18. Younger there. Couldn't get up for it. And the ball blocked again inside the box by Tiger to the end line. Looking for a cross. Blocked away off of Evidently, he was off of the defender Arrieta, then hit Tiger and rolled out over the end line. So a goal kick here for the Islanders. Very close. Gadet sets the ball in his 33rd minute, 1-0 in favor of the Islanders. Gadet with the right foot. Flights it through midfield. Ball's knocked down. Noel is taken down in turn. Play goes on. The ball rolled to the outside. Steele has it. On the right wing side as he's watched closely. And double teamed. And finally the linesman calling a foul as Steele was pulled down. Now we have the referee coming over to Danny Earls. And Earls is going to get a yellow card. Earls picks up the yellow here in the 33rd minute. So free kick for the Islanders. Earls with his first yellow here in the playoffs. This one 25 yards out all the way on the right wing side. Referee moving the two-man wall back. Ben Younger and Greger. Here's a left-footed kick down inside. That one bouncing through off the crossbar and goes wide out over the end line. Oh, man. A big bounce in the ball that came up, hit the crossbar, then squirted the ball in the goal mouth and went out over the end line by the left post. Wow. So close. Corner kick for the Islanders. Delgado. He's got it about 2 feet inside the circle. Down inside the box. Head ball in, they score. The head ball in front is put away by Etienne. Off the service from Delgado. Etienne with a head ball inside, and this is all even up now. 35th minute, time to go. Scores his first of the playoffs, and Noah Delgado assists. But interesting, back to the corner kick. Delgado had placed the ball in the corner a good yard to 2 yards inside, further along the end line from the end circle. He didn't have the ball in the corner kick circle. But nobody noticed it. I guess when you're down on the field, you can't see where it is. Ball hammered all the way down to the end line. It's out over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. Other sponsors of these broadcasts include Dr. Donald Dudley, the official chiropractor of the Rhinos. You can call him at 225-6430 for appointments. By Pellegrino's Deli Cafe, always fresh, always fast, always delicious. And by the Hero East Athletic Club on the web at heroeast.com. 2 goals tonight for the Islanders. 2-game total goal series, now all even at 2. So the Rhinos are going to have to score one tonight. As that's put up in the air, it'll be headed back down inside the 18 to Gaudette. Of course, when I say they're going to have to score one, they could actually win it on penalty kicks. That is the same as scoring one, I guess, isn't it? All even up at 2 apiece in the total goals. Gaudette brings it forward. Right puts it away downfield. Back at the Rochester 18. One big bounce inside the box. Earls heads it forward. Birch will further it ahead for Ben Younger. Heads it toward the middle for Tiger and switching to the right wing for Kremmelmeyer. Moving upfield. Overlapping is Hines. Lead pass to Hines up the right wing side. Breaks back toward the middle. Gives it off to Ben Younger. A spin around. Has it 25 yards out. Challenge from behind. He's taken down by Rivera. Foul is called. Foul is called. 25 yards out, a little bit to the right of center. And Younger trying to place the ball a little closer to the middle. The ref says bring it back over here. Ball is set. The Islanders have scored twice here tonight in the 11th and the 35th minutes. Andrew Greger. Also Luke Kremmelmeyer there. Ball again is set 25 yards out to the right of center. A 5-man wall, now 6-man wall just inside the 18 at about the 16. Not much room to shoot. Krummelmeyer's going to move down on the mix, so the kick will be taken by Gregor. Left-footed kicker. Knight tries for the outside. Now he goes for the right side, but that's blocked away in the wall. That's how Pelguda with a chip shot down inside, but that's high and wide out over the end line. A goal kick for the Islanders. So got that. They'll just play it off the right wing side. Ahead with it. Telesford turning back, trying to get away from Andrew Gregor. Spinning back with the ball still spinning. As he goes to the end line, Gregor reaching in behind, knocked it away. However, it got away and out of bounds, so a throw in for the Islanders. Throw in. Off the right wing side, flick through midfield. Back goes Birch. He'll head it away out at midfield. Pelguda one touch to the outside on the left wing for Gregor. Long on the left wing side, feeds it down inside. Then it ends up in the corner and cleared away out through midfield. Offside and behind as Noel. So an offside flag against the Islanders. Not sure that linesman across the way knew what offside was for a while. Or I don't think he did know for a while, but maybe figured it out since. All right. On the restart, Earls to the right wing side, the near side of the field for Hines, and then he'll send it through midfield to open space underneath it. Marcina couldn't get a hold of it, and the ball bouncing away. Carried off Noel on the far wing, drops it back. Pushed forward by Krause to the outside. Arrieta on the right wing. Again, he's in line for the Defender of the Year honors. Stepping up, Pelguda intercepts at midfield, lays it off to his left for Tiger, and down into Puerto Rico territory to the outside for Gregor along the left touchline. Looking for a cross, sends it to the back post side. In is Crumble by a right foot. Tried the first time, however, he put it away off the outside of his foot and hooked it wide. Shanked it wide. So the Rhinos get a shot away, trying to get some pressure going here, but missed the frame once again. That will set the ball. 40th minute. Tonight, Puerto Rico 2, the Rhinos nothing. And the two-game total goal series, even now at 2 apiece. Got that with the right foot. Drives it out to midfield. Smith heads it forward. Krummelmeyer whiffed on it. Ball picked up by Rivera of the Islanders. Being double-teamed. Now it's taken away by Menyonger. Kept in play, but stolen by Hines. He'll bring it forward. Hines up the right wing, looking for the through ball. Sends it to open space in the right wing corner. Chasing after Krummelmeyer. Does he get to it in time? No, he does not. He tried to tackle it to keep it in. However, that rolls out over the touchline. Throw in deep in the corner for the Islanders. Rivera dropping it back at the end line for Yombi. With the right foot, will drive it out through midfield. Birch is back. Heads it across midfield. Hines is up. Nods it toward the middle for Tiger. Foul was called on the Islanders as Hines was taken down from behind by Steele. And we'll have a free kick for the Rhinos. Steele giving somebody a shove. Smith came in and pushed him. Now we got somebody else comes into the mix. Gregor gets knocked down. Everybody pressuring a little bit. Gregor gets up, checking around the nose. He evidently got popped in the nose from something. Nala was in the middle of the mix, yelling at Johnny Steele, his former teammate. On that hard tackle on Hines. Hines is still down on the knees, still getting up. So a yellow card issued to Steele. Steele draws the yellow. And that in the 41st minute. Free kick for the Rhinos. Gregor's up, he's all right. He'll look to swing it in with a left-footed kick. Pleasant evening here in San Juan. Again, it was the high 80s today. A little warm and humid, but pleasant right now. Gregor tried to go low. Delgado blocked it, and the ball rolls deep to the right wing corner, where it's picked up by Krummelmeyer. Watch 1v1 with Rivera. Delgado steps in to poke it away out of bounds. So in for the Rhinos from about 10 yards out on the right wing side. 42nd minute. Laid back, Tiger. Being chased from behind. He'll go to the other side, switching in underneath it. However, getting to it, Arrieta able to push it forward. Out upfield, through midfield by Noel. And to the outside for Arrieta, overlapping deep on the right wing side, down to about the 10. Here's a cross along the 6, and Smith steps in to head it away. Big bounce of the ball out near midfield, but headed forward. And off the chest is taken back again. That played away. Now it's sent down inside the box, and Birchall again headed away. Knotted aside by Telesford on the far wing. Underneath it goes Arrieta. Right wing. Serves it all the way down to the 20 once again. Out the near end where it's settled by Steele at the near corner of the box. His cross to the back post. Rolls through and out over the end line. A goal kick for the Rhinos. 43rd minute. 2-0 in favor of Puerto Rico as they've come back and evened up the two-game total goal series at 2 apiece. Battle setting the ball at his 6. Well, certainly, as I was mentioning, Puerto Rico, like Charleston, provided the early storm, but Puerto Rico with a little bit better team, I'd say, than Charleston, as they have applied a lot of pressure and so far made it pay off. The ball flighted down inside the 18 where Gaudette takes it on the hop. Cross midfield. Gaudette, the keeper for the Islanders, with a high volley kick. Coming down to Rhino territory, Gregor steps up, heads it forward, tried to sneak it through Yombi. Got a little tip on it, pops it up in the air, heads it away to the outside along the midfield line on the far side. Earl stepping in, but can't come away. Helping out is Gregor. He finally has the ball. Now he's taken down, and a foul is called on the Islanders. Noel called to the foul. The Rhinos have it. Earl's up the left wing side to Gregor on the far touchline. Pass in the middle for Menyonger. Looks to spin around. Triple teamed. Trying to get loose. And, boy, I'll tell you, every time Menyonger hits the ball, the door closes. Locked away at midfield. Palguda drops it off for Smith. Pass ahead. Into the center circle. Palguda looks around. He'll try the left wing side again for Gregor. Pass on the wing is headed in the air on the far side, but out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos. 35 yards out on the left wing side. 45th minute. Tiger looking to sneak it through and a give and go. It's pulled loose by Tiger at the far end of the 18. Turns toward the end line, to the end line, and won't get it. It rolls out over the end line. A goal kick for the Islanders. I have it unofficially 5 shots for Puerto Rico and 2 for the Rhinos. Up on the scoreboard, they have 3 shots to none. Halftime, we'll be hearing from Rhino goalkeeper Scott Vallow. Will be our halftime guest. Nearing stoppage time. Gaudette with the right foot. Pounds it out through midfield. Up is Birch, the headed forward. Into the center circle on the near wing. Carried forward by Krummelmeyer. On the right wing, draws it down to the 25. Looking for the through ball to Menyonger. At the near end of the box. Stops, stumbles, goes down. His foot slid right out from underneath him as he's double teamed trying to get loose. And the ball pulled off in the corner by Rivera. Left foot to the head, but Krummelmeyer's right there to make that Hines to steal it. Turns around, it's knocked away. But could not keep it in. That's out of bounds, so a throw in for the Islanders. Clock stopped at 45. And it looks like 3 minutes of stoppage time. 3 minutes before the half. Throw in out through midfield. Headed back toward the middle by Hines along the midfield line. Taken by Tiger. Turns back. Goes to the right wing side for Krummelmeyer. Flies by Revere. And now sends it down along the 18. Flick off in the middle by Menyonger. But picked off on the other side by Yombi and played away. Out the right wing is Noel for the Islanders. On the attack into Rhino territory at the far end of the 18. Looking for a cross. Down in front. Hit ball right in the chest. Up Valley grabs it and holds on. A crossing foot by Noel. Once again, there was Etienne with the head bobber right into the chest of Scott Vallow. Big save. Still 2-0. And the ball thrown away out of bounds on the near side. As we have a Puerto Rico player down on the pitch. Well, just threw the ball away and out of bounds. So again, it is 2-0 in favor of the Islanders here tonight. And of course, what we're talking about is total goals for the series. Rhinos had scored 2-0 in the first game. Islanders 2-0 here. So it's all even up at 2 goals apiece. Islander player, Telesford, it looks like, hobbles off the field. We may see a substitution coming up here for the Islanders. John Ball went out back in the 13th minute. Problem with that right leg that he Came up limping with the other day, Friday night. So the Rhinos have made one substitution. Now Telesford is off the pitch. They have not made a substitution, however, as the ball played down to the end line where it's taken by Vallow. Brings it away. All right, Telesford wanted to get back on, waiting for the invitation from the center ref. Off of the near wing, Krummelmeyer tried to sneak it through, but stepping in is Steele to steal it away. Now sends it downfield, but Smith is there for the Rhinos to head it aside. Hines off to Tiger, his own side of midfield, chasing behind by Gabandi. And he'll then slide it across midfield for Marcina. Or make that Gregor up the right side, looking for the through ball to Younger at the 18, switch back to the right foot, and he can't get the shot away. As the ball is pulled forward, play goes on. Stepping in, Smith, one touch forward, blocked away by Marcina. In behind, takes a shot. However, the offside flag was in the air. Marcina took the shot and Gaudette taking exception. After the whistle had blown on the offside, comes out, has a few words for Marcina. We're in stoppage time. Just seconds remaining here. The referee having a few words for Marcina. Nearing the half. Free kick for the Islanders. Gaudette setting the ball at his own 19, just outside the box. Rhino's still arguing about Younger being double-teamed and taken down in the box, but of course you're not going to get that call. Gaudette with a right-footed kick, delivers through midfield, and the whistle sounds, and that's it for the first half of play. So the Islanders did what they wanted to do, and that was get back in this thing, and they are back in it. It's all even up. Right now it's anybody's chance to move on to the finals, as these two teams are all even up. We have Tiger having a few words, and then Younger with the center ref. The security are trying to step in the way of the officials and move the Rochester players away. We're looking for an explanation. Coach Darren Tilley comes over. He wants to get his players away. And then he'll turn and have his own words, I think, with the ref. Steve Guppy talking with the fourth official, a few words, and of course the Rhinos are pretty upset now. The referee grabs onto the fourth official and pulls him aside as they start to make their way toward their own respective locker rooms. Well, tempers are hot, to say the least, and the Islanders have, as I was saying, done what they wanted to do, and that was to get back in this thing. It is all even up. Anybody's chance now to move on to the finals at the half. It is the Rhinos trailing the Islanders 2-0 in this game, but in the two games over.
45 minutes down, 45 minutes to go. This is the Country 107.3 Rochester Rhinos halftime show. Let's head back to the stadium. Once again, the voice of the Rhinos, Don Stevens.
Well, not a great half for the Rhinos, to say the least. But the Puerto Rico Islanders have come out all cylinders firing in this one, and gotten back into this whole thing. The first half statistics are brought to you by Time Warner. Get all-in-one digital cable, Roadrunner, digital phone, one simple package, one low price. Now, tonight in the first half, Fabrice Noel put the Islanders on the board in the 11th minute. The 11th minute, as the Islanders on the board made it 1-0 in favor of Puerto Rico, and then they scored their second in the 35th minute off of a corner kick taken by Delgado, the assist going to Etienne. And Delgado Etienne from Delgado in the 35th minute to even the game up at even the series up at 2 goals apiece and give the lead in this game to the Islanders 2-0. That was the only goal that was scored in that first half of play. Unofficial stats, 6 shots for the Islanders and 2 for the Rhinos. Puerto Rico out shooting Rochester 6-2. Again, these unofficial stats. Corner kicks, 5 for the Islanders and 1 for the Rhinos. Offsides, 2 against Rochester and 1 against Puerto Rico. And fouls, the Islanders had 7 and the Rhinos had 3. So there's your unofficial stats for the first half of play. And of course, the important one, as always, is the score. And in this game, it's a 2-0 lead for Puerto Rico. In the 2-game total goal series, it's now even up at 2 apiece. Anybody's game and anybody's series. Who's going to move on to the finals? We'll find out coming up in just a little bit. Halftime here at Puerto Rico. 2-0 in favor of the Islanders. We'll be back with our intermission guest in a moment. This is the Rhinos broadcast.
Do you have a winning telecommunications team? bringing a suite of IP, voice, data, and equipment options to the field. Paytech works with you to develop your personalized communication solution. Paytech knows it's all about the people. With an industry-leading retention rate, their customers are their biggest fans. Call today, 340-2665, or visit on the web at paetec.com. Paytech is a proud partner of the Rochester Raging Rhinos. Paytech, personalizing business communications.
Something big is happening. They're on their way. Faster, better, and more dedicated than ever before. It's your team. Whether it's a special sports team, company group, or a collection of special people that deserve to be honored, Lamont Awards has trophies, plaques, and tons of other recognition awards custom made to honor the outstanding people in your life. Lamont Awards, 4 Slayton Avenue in Spencerport, is the leader in the awards industry. Call Lamont Awards, 3520640, 3520640, or visit Lamont Awards' first-class website, lt-awards.com.
Now at Marina Mitsubishi, 0% financing for 72 months. 2008 Lancer EF, just $125 per month with zero down, or starting from $12,995. How about a new Mitsubishi Eclipse Coupe GT, only $99 per month with zero down. Plus, you'll get Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile factory warranty at no extra charge, and we'll pay off your trade no matter what you owe. Guaranteed. Huge savings going on now, only at Marina Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi Motors.
For details on all offers in this ad, please go to autoofferinfo.com.
World Gym Rochester. It's more than just an experience, it's a feeling. Sure, you want to look good, but more important, you want to feel good. The staff at the family-owned World Gym Rochester knows what it takes to get results. World Gym Rochester invites you to experience a different feeling. Satisfaction, accomplishment, elation, health, and happiness. Stop in World Gym Rochester, 1717 East Avenue across from Wegmans, or call 271-0440. World Gym Rochester. It's more than just an experience, it's a feeling.
Working together, we have the power to end hunger, build self-sufficiency, and foster nutritional wellness right here in our community.
The Rhinos on Country 107.3.
Right for half in Puerto Rico, and the Islanders have taken a 2-0 lead in this game, scoring 2 first-half goals, and the 2-game total goal series now even at 2 apiece. The winner moves on to take on either Vancouver or Montreal. The other game should be underway now, and we'll find out if we can get a score on that at some point to let you know what's happening there. All right, time now for our intermission interview, which is brought to you by Connolly Printing, the official printer of the Rhinos. And talking tonight with the captain of the Rhinos, the goalkeeper Scott Dallow, has played all of them at one this season, and having certainly a great year. And talking to him about this season, I said to him, well, it's been an interesting year, hasn't it?
For us, we kind of think of it as a roller coaster. You know, every year you're going to have your ups and your downs. You know, we started the season on a severe down, but we were able to work back and get back on that upswing, and then we were back on downswing, and now we're on an upswing. So it's just kind of been like a roller coaster the whole year.
The way things started out, you must feel a lot of pride in where you're at right now.
Yeah, you know, there's a good sense of accomplishment. You know, from the ownership group to the management staff to the coaching staff to the players, we've all put a lot of work in, and you know, now we're finally starting to see the fruits of our reward of our labors, and it's a lot of hard work, and we feel like we're deserving, and we'll hopefully keep going from here.
Any particular thing that you feel sort of turned things around for you, or has it just been a gradual progression?
You know, I think the belief that the players had in Darren and Steve and their philosophies and their strategies and tactics, that's never wavered from day one. Even though we were losing in the beginning and we weren't getting points, we still believe that Darren had the best ideas for this club, and we just kept plugging along, and you know, there were some key additions and acquisitions during the middle of the season that definitely helped. But for the most part, the belief has been there from day one, and you know, we knew it was going to turn around, and I'm glad it did.
Few things along the way have sort of hit the tone, if you will. I think back to maybe one of the first being how good his goal in Seattle. That was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, up until then, I don't think we'd scored a goal. And, you know, it's hard to win games when you don't score goals. But at this point in the season, when you get to the postseason, it's all about the opposite. It's about not conceding goals. It's about getting shutouts. It's about being strong and stingy defensively. And, you know, that's what's going to get you to championship games, and that's what's going to get you to win championships.
Of course, you're into the game as the defense, so now the pressure is on you, the load is on your shoulders, so to speak?
Well, not so much me, myself, but you know, the team collectively. You know, we defend from the top. We defend with 11 players, and, you know, Matthew or Alan or Johnny, whoever's up top, those guys are just as responsible for defending as, you know, Kenny Burtz and Ross Smith. So it's a collective team effort. And if things are to break down, hopefully I'm there to make the save.
Now, it's been fairly consistent, I guess you'd say, across the back end, your defenders, the guys in front of you. A few changes here and there, Kremmelmeyer moving up, Ball's done an outstanding job. You brought in Smith and Burns, of course. Is this the best defensive core you've had right now this season?
I think, Darren's had the opportunity through 30 games of the regular season, now 3 playoff games, to really tinker with the lineup and really try to find out what works best. I mean, if you were to tell me that Danny Earls was going to be a left back, I would have said no way because he's too good. We got to get him closer to the goal. But the way that we attack with our outside backs, it really fits well to have guys like Danny Earls and John Ball on the outsides because now we can get them involved in the attack. But the 2 center backs this year have been great. I mean, when Palguda played there along with Ross Smith and Kenny Burtz and T-Bone when he's had to step up, Alfonso a few times. I mean, really, our defensive core has been pretty strong, and if you look at the table, I think we're 3rd or 4th in goals conceded this year as a team, which is something that I'm really proud of.
Now, over the years, generally you've looked in front of you and hit Palguda right there, but now he's sort of like almost in a midfield position. That's changed for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, Scott's one of the better players on the field, and we got to find a place for him, and it's a good opportunity to bring in a guy like Kenny where we can solidify the defense, and then either push Palguda out wide or, in this case, put him at defensive midfielder where he can just, break up plays and distribute the ball. I mean, he's really comfortable and confident with the ball at his feet, and he's able to get the ball and distribute it, and at the same time, win aerial battles and tackles and organize the midfield. So he's done a great job, and I think his versatility is what is really key to his game.
A little lacking at times, perhaps, as far as offense is concerned. Is that an area of concern for you?
It's all about creating chances, for us, and we put ourselves in good spots. We create a lot of chances a game, in each game, and it's just finding that one guy that can score 10 or 15 goals, and we really haven't had that the last 4 or 5 years, and just I don't know what the case is, but the good news is that we're scoring from multiple people. We're scoring from multiple positions. You look at the way our scoring's been this year. You got 1 or 2 guys on 6 goals, 1 or 2 guys on 5 goals, 1 or 2 guys on 4 goals, 1 or 2 guys on 3 goals, and it's very difficult to defend a team that's able to attack from multiple spots. So we don't have that 15-goal scorer, but at the same time we're able to score from different people in different positions.
Back to the first half of the season, you had a bit of a logjam, if you will, as far as keepers are concerned. You had 3 of you with Chase Harrison, also here along with Tim Melia. Was that a problem at that point?
No, I don't think it was a problem at all. Actually, it helped out a lot because we were able to, rotate keepers in training. And, when I needed to get more reps, I could jump in. When I needed to get more reps, I could jump out. And we still had 2 keepers that could, play in the training session. So, 3 keepers this day and age is pretty much the way to go. But that's obviously a coaching decision and a management decision. I think they felt like, trying to acquire Andrew Greger was a pretty important piece of the puzzle that we needed. And, it just happened that, Chase was on his way out as well as Hamed. So it's funny professional sports sometimes. You get to develop these friendships and stuff, and at the end of the day, it's about winning games, and it's a business. So I understand the way that things go. But, Chase is a great guy. Hopefully he's learned something while he was here, and, he can take that to wherever he goes next.
And then, Tim, you and he get along pretty well, it looks like, huh?
Yeah, goalkeepers are funny. Although we're competing for the same spot, it's almost kind of like a fraternity or like a keepers union, like we call it. And we hang out together every day only because we have to train every day together. And for the first half of training, we're together, and you start to build this camaraderie and on and off the field. And Tim's a good kid. He's a good listener. He asks a lot of questions. He's really eager to learn. And hopefully in the 10 years that I've been playing pro soccer, I can give him a couple things to help his game. And in the end, that helps the team.
Now, certainly you've been around for the ups. You've been around for the downs. Where does this fit in? Where does this season fit in for you?
Well, we'll see how it shakes out. I think we've got a great opportunity in front of us. We've got a really good team. We always talk about those teams of the past, Don, and how about we haven't won a championship in a long, long time, and hopefully this year we can put things right, and along with the leadership of the coaching staff and the management and the ownership group, we can fight through and try to bring a championship back home to Rochester.
That's Scott Dowdle, the Rhinos keeper and the captain of the team, and having another excellent year. Well, it's a 2-0 lead for the Islanders at the half here in Puerto Rico. Second half action coming up in just a few moments.
The Rhinos on Country 107.3.
getting ready to kick off. The Rhinos will take the kickoff here in the second half. Now Rochester attacking the net to my left. And Scott Vallow in goal down to my right as we're about to get underway in the second half of play. The Rhinos had a 2-0 lead coming into this game, but the Islanders have tied it up at 2. Here we go now in the second half. Hines is back, has it along his 35, right foots it through midfield. That's headed aside by the Islanders off in the middle. Chasing is Gregor, but will not get to it in time. That's up in the air and comes down to the center circle. After it, moving in, unable to come away, is Palguda. Is brought forward as Noel on the right side. Switching it back in the middle, stepping in is Smith. He'll then clear it away, and it's headed away and out of bounds on the near side by Burtz. And a throw in for the Islanders. This about 30 yards out of the right wing side. Just getting started the second half. Again, I had it shot 6-2 in favor of the Islanders. The scoreboard says 4 shots to none in favor of the Islanders. Throw in from the right wing side. Hold up right now. Menyanger talking with the center ref, which is Tony Russo. His assistants Antonio Lopez and Javier Santos. And the fourth is Yams Tesado. Or is that James? Might be James. Can't read my own writing. Yamas. All right. Awaiting the throw in. Who's taking the throw in? Looks like Arrieta. He's backed up for a long throw in. Still a discussion going on. The ref talking with Menyanger. Finally, here's the throw in. Down inside the 18. And way up in the air. Nodded toward the front. As Noel tried to spin with the ball. Burtz took a poke at it, but that's knocked down. And now the offside flag in the air. So that'll stop the play. And we'll have the free kick for the Rhinos down around their own 10. 47th minute. As Vallow places the ball. Backs off. Don't see any changes for either side. A couple of the Rhinos players are up and warming up across the way. Vallow with the right foot. Line drive kick through midfield. Up goes Marcina, but it's headed back toward midfield. Steele in underneath it, settles it to his feet, and then pushes it out on the left wing side, and after the ball goes Rivera. Kremmelmeyer chasing him. Rivera, roller through midfield. Stepping up from behind. As Hines, as he ran up Delgado's back, took him down. Foul is called. Free kick for the Islanders at midfield. Delgado gets up, wondering where that Mack truck came from. Well, certainly the opposition has known who they've been playing against when they run into the likes of Smith and Burtz and Hines in there also. Has pretty good size and strength. Set for the kick. Steele lines it down inside the far corner. The 18 flick toward the middle along the 6. And a spin around shot in. Picked up at one hop by Vallow. As Etienne got the shot away from the left foot side. But not much on it. Vallow makes the save. Waits for the players to move away. 48th minute. So more pressure applied by the Islanders. Vallow rolls it outside the box. And now we'll clear it out through midfield. That's headed right back into the center circle by Arrieta. Cross midfield, Burtz knocks it loose, and Smith off to his right, laid up the wing. Hines ahead in the cross midfield. The Rhinos, Kremmelmeyer on the attack, pass toward the middle from Younger, spins back with the ball, drops it off for Tiger. And then still a pass away, but lost it, gets it right back to the outside. Earls on the left wing, drawing it forward, as is watched closely by Noel. 1v1 on the near side. Earl spinning back with the ball, no room, so he just drops it back to Palguda. Left-footed service down inside the 18. Marcina moving in, but he's pushed off the ball by Yombi, and it's carried away by the Islanders. Outfield on the left wing, Delgado runs into Hines, and the ball neatly taken away. Backheel Gregor, leaving it there for Hines. Or make that Kremmelmeyer, and off of the midfield circle. It's played at the midfield line by Tiger to the near side, and carried away by Arrieta. On the near wing, watched by Earls. Arrieta with it. Feeds it off into the middle to Yombi. That one sneaking by him, spins off on the left wing side where it's taken by Rivera. Low kick through midfield. Hines back, got the right foot on it, pops it up in the air. Now drives it across midfield, but out of bounds. So in on the far side for the Islanders near midfield. And a substitution coming up for the Rhinos. And it's got to be, with a bandaged head, it's got to be Matthew Delicott. Looks like he's wearing a white flag up around his head. He took a nasty gash. A sprawling cut all over the place, 89 stitches. So that's away and out of bounds. So the substitution, Delicott is in, and I think it was Marcina came out in the 50th minute. Matthew Delicott with 1 goal here in the playoffs. He'll see what he can do with that bandaged head. Pass forward. Dropped out top. In the middle is Krause to the outside of the right wing for Arrieta. Trying to draw it forward as he's watched closely by Gregor. Again on top, and a one-touch high chip shot coming down to the zone. Vallow out will punch it away. Outside the box, carried away by Krummelmeyer. Approaching midfield. Rivera watching. And Krummelmeyer just puts it off the knee of Rivera and out. So Delicott in that nasty collision with Nigel Henry. Last game actually gets a header right there. Didn't seem to be fazed by it. But the Rhinos president Matthew Ford sitting up here with me tells me that Nigel Henry is released from the hospital today, but still might need some work done in the future. That nasty collision. Service downfield by Arrieta. Back for it. Birchall headed forward. However, stepping in underneath it. Noel, that's blocked to the outside, or Gabandi rather, and now along the near wing, spinning around, steal to the outside. Noel off the right wing. Near the end line, looks for a cross to the back post. That's headed away out the near end and carried away by Earls. Nice job in front by Smith. Cross midfield. Delicott bumped from behind. Turns back, then he's sent flying as he's double teamed, but does play it off into the middle for Younger. And foul was called. So we'll have a free kick for the Rhinos back at the midfield line on the left wing side. 52nd minute. As the Rhinos and the Islanders in the 2-game total goal series even up at 2 apiece. The other game, Soccer Sam filled us in on, was scoreless through 23 minutes. Montreal-Vancouver game. Left footer forward, right down to the 18. That's headed away, blocked out the other side. Nodded forward by Rivera, but Krummelmeyer had it momentarily. Drops it off. Palguda looking to chip it inside. However, that one is blocked away and out once again as they battle for the ball. Gabandi and Palguda. And the ball is finally pounded away downfield by Delgado, but it'll get away. Rolls out. Throw in for the Rhinos. On the right wing side, the far side of the field, which will be taken by Ryan Hines. Long throw into midfield. Yambi heads it in the air. Back out near the midfield line. That's knotted in the air once again. A lot of pushing and shoving going on. Palguda goes down after getting a thumping. That's Younger. Sends it through to open space. Delicott behind. Couldn't get to it. And moving in Krummelmeyer. But that shot blocked away. Rolls to the end line. Rivera gets to it. Is able to keep it in. And got away now and out over the touchline. Throw in for the Rhinos. Quickly, as Younger dummies it through in front. It goes down a spin around as he's triple teamed. No call made. Play goes on. The ball brought away by Delgado. On the left wing out through midfield. Back behind the play, Palguda. And who's the player? That looks like Etienne for the Islanders. Etienne went down away from the play. Nobody around. Sure, he gets up and looks around looking for the referee, and so he's trying to draw some kind of a call. Out on the near side, brought forward up the left wing by Gregor. Earls overlaps. He feeds it ahead. Earls then runs into Noel, and the ball brought away. Arrieta will send it away downfield. Earls reaches in behind to try and get the ball. Now we got the Puerto Rico players coming over, yelling at Danny Earls and the referee. Everybody crowding in again, leading the charge for the Islanders is Krause. Now Earls has 1 yellow on the night. And he tried to reach in from behind with the right foot from Arrieta. Reaching for the ball, but took Arrieta down. The foul is called and a free kick for the Islanders. 54th minute. Puerto Rico scoring 2 in the 11th minute and another in the 35th minute. And Younger moves up, grabs on the ball, and throws it back about 10 yards. Arrieta rolls it ahead 5. So that negotiation is completed, and the ball is put back in play. Bird's up, but it's headed in the air. On the back end, Smith comes down with the ball after the foul was called. So a free kick for the Rhinos. 20 yards out. All right, Scott Morrison back at the studio says that we have an update on the score from that other game. What is it, Scotty? Vancouver has come back to tie it up at 1. Thank you. 1 each. Vancouver and Montreal in that game, so that's still anybody's game. Here's Bala with the right foot, drives it out through midfield. Nodded away. We're all even up in the series here, also at 2 goals apiece. Blocked forward. Noel carries it off for the Islanders at midfield. Switching back to the right side now, a cross down inside, but it's picked up down at his own 25 by Hines. He'll spin it out toward midfield for Krummelmeyer. Watched by Rivera. Krummelmeyer turning back to the ball, and they'll roll it back to Vallow. Inside the box. Vallow then just pushing it off to his left, out the near end of the box for Kenny Bird. Swings it away. 55th minute here in San Juan, and 2-0 lead in this game for the Islanders in the 2-game total goal series, even at 2. Tiger with a spin around to get away from Steele. At midfield, left foots it through, tried to slot it through. That's blocked by Yombi. He bobbled the ball, got away from him, and however, is able to play it away from Younger. Tipped off into the center circle by Delgado. Burtz moves up, and he runs into his own player, Fitzpatrick. That's pushed to the outside of the right wing after it, Noel. Watched by Earls. Noel breaking for the end line, looking for a cross. Earls slides down, and Noel gets up still as the ball drives it down in front. That's knocked down to the 10 and then booted away out of the box. Stepping in underneath it, Steele with the left foot, and he'll play it to the end line on a high shot, but it's grabbed by Vallow. So the Rhinos keeper has the ball. Moves the players away. Now Vancouver has taken a 2-0 lead. 2 quick goals by Vancouver over Montreal. And that goal at the half, 45th minute, or approaching half. So interesting contest in that one. To the outside along the near wing. Arrieta pass, but blocked by Gregor and rolls out. That game, by the way, is at Vancouver. So it'll be a throw-in on the near side. Arrieta goes short. To Telesford, back to Arrieta, and a high floater downfield. Back Smith will head it forward. Out near midfield, spinning it behind at the midfield line. Turn to the outside of the near wing, up the right wing. Arrieta being chased by Younger. He does not get there in time to keep it in. Throw in for the Rhinos on the near wing. Kremmelmeyer with the throw in. Off to Younger, short. Drops it back. I don't mean Younger short. I meant the throw in was short. Off along the right wing side. Pass toward the middle. Birds up the left wing, ahead to midfield for Gregor. He's watched by Telesford, able to sneak it through into the center circle. Carried forward by Palguda. They'll then switch it to the outside on the right wing. Kremmelmeyer trying to get underneath it, but Rivera is there. He'll pound a high floater out to midfield. Back for it. Hines toward the middle. Tiger drops it off of the midfield line. And first timing it forward, Smith, but blocked away out of bounds on the far side. And off the Rhinos and out. Throw in for the Islanders. Their own side of midfield. 58th minute here in Puerto Rico, and it is 2-0 in favor of the Islanders as Puerto Rico has come back to even up the total goal series at 2 apiece. Well, the decision has not been made as of yet, as to who moves on to the final, to the championship game next Saturday. Out of bounds. And the throw in for the Islanders. Rivera gets a return pass from Steele. And he's run over by Tiger. And Rivera goes down hard. Ref coming over, having a couple of words for Tiger. So a foul is called and a free kick for the Islanders just across midfield on the left wing side. Sponsors of these podcasts include AT&T Mobility, your world delivered. Food Link, Abundant Shared. 20-Toe Photo, official photographer of the Rhinos. You can find him at 20toephoto.com. And by Free Time Magazine, Western New York's art and entertainment guide. Left footer down inside the 18 as a big bounce of the ball is picked off at the right end of the box by Vallow, and he'll roll it ahead to Younger. Turns back. It's stolen away as he got double teamed. The ball pouncing up in the air. It's headed aside by Fitzpatrick, but doesn't go anywhere. Still kept in. Steele on the left wing as he battles Kremmelmeyer, and that one got away. Rolls out off of Steele, so a throw in for the Rhinos. Rochester throw in off their right wing. It's to be taken by Hines, 59th minute. Here in Puerto Rico. Again, upper 80s today. Warm and muggy. What I think is a fairly pleasant evening here tonight. Headed away by Steele, back down to his 20, knotted inside the box by Krause to the keeper, Gaudette. Matthew Delicott again has come on here in the second half. With a big wrap on the head. White bandage wrap over the stitches, the nasty gash he took on top of the head in the game on Friday night. I was telling him earlier we're going to have to get him a helmet, I think. In the last couple of games he's had that noggin knocker. Previous one was with his own teammate Hines, and Hines was the one who ended up with the stitches last time. That's out of bounds off of the Islanders. Throw in for the Rhinos. Or no, a foul is called. Kremmelmeyer will take the kick. On at 35 yards out on the left wing side. Now the 60th minute here in San Juan. Kremmelmeyer think that Greger's going to take the kick, left-footed kicker, as Krummelmeyer moves down inside the box to get in the mix. Greger with the service for the back post side. Just punched away on the other side. Delicott drives it back in front. It's deflected up, comes down on top of the net. And a corner kick that was deflected away and out off of the Islanders. So Gaudette reaching for the ball and able to get fingertips on it as that was headed for the upper right corner. Corner kick, right wing side. Greger moves over, left-footed kicker. He'll swing it in. Now the 61st minute. Here's Greger's service. Inside box, near post. Good, headed away and out. Yombi on the far side, chased after. Hit underneath it, Steele. Drives it downfield. Rhinos turning in behind, and it's dropped back inside the box to Vallo. He'll come out first time and away. Into the stands on the far side. So in for the Islanders. 15 yards out on the far side of the field. Set for the service. That's dropped down to the end line. After it, Rivera with a cross to the back post. That's all the way through and out the near end of the 18. As it rolls, away back on the near side, Arrieta trying to cross down inside again. That's headed away and out. Delicott trying to flick it forward. In behind Ben Younger, but that's popped up in the air. And after it, Smith will nod it forward into the center circle. There to head. Head ball by Yombi. Gets it right back from Telesburg. Yombi now will volley it downfield, headed aside by Birch, and underneath it is Greger for the Rhinos. Drops it back for Earls, and he'll begin to move up the left wing side to the outside of midfield for Andrew Greger. All the near wing and across down inside. Delicott is there, flicked down inside the box, but no help, as nobody in behind can get to it. Thrown out on the near wing by Gaudette. Looked like Ben Younger was a little withdrawn right there. He needs to be up, I think, probably in pressuring more. That's where he's so effective. Down inside the Rhino 18, headed away by Smith, then knotted out along top. A shot from there, blocked away, comes out the near side. After it on the right wing, Noel turns back toward the middle. Switch back to the right side. Being chased by Greger, now chased to the corner by Earls. Noel still with it. He spins, gets a left-footed high kick floater coming down inside and out to leap in the air and haul it down on his 10 is Vallo. 63rd minute. 2-0 in this game tonight from Puerto Rico for the Islanders. In the two-game total goal series, it's even up at 2 apiece. Wide forward by the Rhinos out to midfield. Left-footed across midfield. Krummelmeyer for Ben Younger. Chase from behind, goes to the outside, giving it off to Krummelmeyer. He'll bring it forward, down inside the box. Left-footed cross down along the 6, but nobody's in there. And Younger had moved back to stay on side, and the ball was a nice feet in front. That one put up into the stands, way downfield. We have Delgado down. Also down on the pitch, stretching on his left leg, is Etienne. So a couple of the Islanders players are feeling the fatigue factor. 64th minute here in Puerto Rico. 2-0 in favor of the Islanders here tonight. And again, in that other game, it was Vancouver having scored a couple to take a 2-1 lead over Montreal. Now, I'm not sure if that is the total goals or if that's just tonight's game. We'll have to confirm that one way or the other. But evidently Vancouver scoring at least 2 tonight might have a 2-1 lead. Or is it 2-2? We'll have to find that out. Scott back in the studios. Maybe you can check on that. 64th minute. So the couple of players for the Islanders are up. Everybody over to grab a drink of water. Again, it's very muggy, very humid. And so the rehydration so important for these players. Ref talking to Etienne, who's down on the field also. Now we do have a substitution. Looks like Villegas is going to come in. Villegas is here, and was it Delgado that went out, I believe? Well, I can't see Delgado over at the bench, but I don't see him on the field either. All right, substitution here in the 65th minute. So Villegas is in. Noah Delgado, who had an assist on that second goal, is out. That's thrown out across the end line, so goal kick for the Islanders. Gaudette will put it in play. Flights it through midfield. Birch stepping up, heads it in the air. Delicott looking for the flick on. Now it's played out on the near side. Cross midfield. Blocked by Steele. He'll send it through into open territory. Slides all the way down inside the box where it's taken by Vallo. Etienne pressuring. Vallo just watching. Etienne walks slowly toward him, so finally Vallo picks up the ball. Islanders scoring in the 11th minute. Fabrice Noel with the goal. And then the second goal was scored by Etienne. Etienne up the right side. There's Vig is breaking for the end line as he's watched closely, bumping with Earls. And Earls gets the foot on it to clear it out over the touchline, so a throw-in for the Islanders. Arrieta will move up for the throw-in. Deep in the right wing corner. 66th minute. After tonight, just one game left in the league this year, and that'll be next Saturday. The championship game. That's flicked down inside, booted away. Out over the end line. Now a corner kick for the Islanders. Puerto Rico corner. Johnny Steele will move over. Again, one of the three potential postseason honors that could be garnered here by the Islanders. Steele looking for MVP of the league, coach, and also defender of the year. That one fighting through the box, headed away out the other end. So they can possibly come up with, well, there's a player down on the field. That's Telesford. Anyway, three possible postseason awards for the Islanders: Coach of the Year, Defender of the Year, and the Player of the Year. Arrieta, the defender. The coach, Colin Clark. And, of course, Johnny Steele up for Player of the Year. Having a great season, finishing the regular season on top of the table. By the way, with his win the other night, Scott Dowdle became the winningest playoff goalkeeper for the Rhinos as he surpassed the previous leader. Takes the lead, now down in front, trying to sneak through. Younger in behind the shot. Oh, it's offside. Younger was maybe a foot in behind. The Rhinos are very upset. Krummelmeyer over to have a few words with the linesman as the Rhinos are whistled down offside. Well, in the first half, he couldn't find one player that was 5 yards offside, but this time he found one that was maybe 1 foot offside. Oh, boy. I don't know. I'll tell you what, it looked to me like Younger was standing right beside the defender, and when the ball was through, he broke around him and came up with the ball on the other side. Well, again, Scott Dallow now with 11 wins in his playoff career with the Rhinos, passing Pat Onstad, who had 10. Out of midfield. Younger, by the way, did put it in the lower left corner. He did score, but it was whistled down offside. Out to midfield. Turning upfield is Telesford. He looks ahead into the center circle. Drops it back once again. Taken on the near wing and brought forward by Krause. Cross midfield. Chased from behind by Delicott. Krause trying to get loose. Down to the 25 left footer, but blocked away. A bouncing ball to the end line. Grabbed in one hop by Vallo. 69th minute, remains 2-0 in favor of the Islanders. High floater through midfield off the kick from Vallo. But he shanked it out of bounds on the far side, so a turnover and a throw in for the Islanders. Their own side of midfield, Steele on the left wing, the far side of the field. Andrew Greger is called over in a substitution as Guppy now onto the pitch here in the 69th minute. Player assistant coach Steve Guppy is in. And Andrew Greger is off. Another excellent game for Greger. Great addition this season all the way down inside the Rhino box out the near end where it's taken in the corner and laid on top for Arrieta. On the right wing side. He'll go for the back post side. Up they go. Head ball down over the 6 as the ball is settled in front. Spin around and a shot attempt, but the ball blocked away and out near midfield. Foul is called. And the Rhinos will have the free kick down around their 6. Rochester player still down on the field. In behind the mix. 70th minute. Player gets up, begins to walk away. Is that Hines? I believe it is. So now the ball will be taken on the kick by Vallow. 2 goals for the Islanders back in the first half. Rhinos finally had a sniff at the net here a little bit ago, but Menyonger called offside. I don't know. I'd like to see that one again on the replay. Brought for one big bounce down to the 25, headed away by Yombi, nodded off into the middle. Tiger tried to step in. As the ball blocked away and carried off on the near wing, forward with it is Telesford. As he goes down, falls, and Tiger able to knock the ball loose with the whistle to stop play. As Telesford, well, he's going to draw the yellow card for putting his hand on the ball when he fell. Telesford draws the yellow here in the 71st minute. So it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos, caught it 40 yards out off the left wing side, and it'll be taken by Guppy. Guppy settling things down. Ready to put it in play, and here comes the delivery. Into the back post side. Yombi up. We'll let it roll. And just out over the end line. Delicott couldn't get to it because the big guy was in the way. Yombi. William Yombi, 6'4", 185. He is a big man out of Cameroon. Goal kick for the Islanders. Other sponsors of these broadcasts include Lamont Awards and Apparel. Your choice for honoring your team, company, or special person. Also by Time Warner. Get all in one. Digital cable, digital phone, Roadrunner, one package. Save hundreds. Got that set for the kick. We're into the 72nd minute. Got that with the right foot. Drives it out through midfield. That's headed back through midfield. Pushed forward by Rivera into Rhino territory. And tipped in the air first time. Forward, but blocked, and now played to the outside. Guppy deep on the right wing side. Krummelmeyer won't get that as it's out of bounds on the far side. The Islanders will have a throw in from around their own 5 on the far side, the left wing side. Now the 73rd minute. Time begins to have a factor here. Well, tonight it's a little different than the last game, and that is if it ends up even at the end of regulation, it goes to 30 minutes of overtime. And then if it's no scoring by then, a foul is called. Krummelmeyer taken down. If there's no scoring at that point, it goes to PKs. Wait a minute, the foul is the other way? Are you kidding me? Krummelmeyer turned. He looked like he was breaking toward the front as he pulled the ball out of the mix. Well, no, they're just calling a throw-in. Everyone's losing control out there. Was there a foul or was there not? Evidently there was not. Ball out of bounds on the far side. Now a throw in at midfield for the Rhinos. Well, you know, I don't understand the call because the linesman made the call. Ball blocked away and out of bounds on the far side. This will be a throw in for the Rhinos unless they change their minds. About 10 yards out, right wing side. Krummelmeyer will take the throw in. Alduda coming over for the short throw in, but it goes to Hines. As he turns, draws it toward the middle. Palguda to the outside, but Krummelmeyer breaking the other way, and so the Rhinos turn it over, and this will be a goal kick for the Islanders. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Nothnagel, Rochester's full-service realtor. Marina Dodge, grab life by the horns, that's Dodge. And by the Pita Pit, where it's about fresh thinking and healthy eating. Gaudette getting the ball. Finally from the wall boy. Telling the ball boy to get over behind the net and stand there with the ball. So he has one ready to go. He wants it quicker. Guess he doesn't want to go to overtime. 74th minute. Whited through midfield. Smith stepping up, pushing his way through. Earls bump, but comes away with the ball to the outside. Guppy on the left wing approaching midfield. Guppy waiting. Drops it back for Earls once again. He'll look around, nowhere to go, so plays it back inside the box to the keeper. Gallo takes a look upfield. Takes his time again, 75th minute. 2 goals for the Islanders in this game. 2 goals last game for the Rhinos. It's all even at 2 apiece in the total goal series. Dot to the outside on the near wing. Burt's with it. Will carry it forward across midfield to Menyonger. He sneaks by to the outside. Guppy dropping it back at the midfield line for Earls. Drops it even deeper to his own side of midfield for Burt's and a pass across midfield for Tiger. Almost got away from him, but Tiger comes up with the ball. Triple team now along the near touchline. And finally a foul is called, and the Rhinos will have the free kick. Steele having a few words with the center ref, Tony Russo. Once again, Guppy will set the ball. He put it in play, 75th minute. Rhinos looking for their first goal of the game here tonight, needing one. Guppy signals he's ready. And here it comes. High floater for the back post, up in the air. Head ball in underneath it. The first time shot attempt by Krummelmeyer. Not much on it. That one blocked away. Kicked on the far side out over the touchline. A throw in on the far side of the field for the Rhinos. Hines will take the throw in. The referee says, no, you've gained too much territory. Back up. Goes to his own side of midfield to Earls. Lays it off toward the center circle for Birds. Into the circle for Tiger. At midfield as he's challenged by Steele, who takes the ball away. Johnny Steele moves it down to the 25. Chips it down inside left side, and moving out to grab it on the fly is Vallow. Rolls it ahead out the far wing. Out the right wing side, Bod Ford out across the midfield line. On the attack, the Rhinos. Moving up and pulling it back toward the middle is... Who is that? That is Hines. The ball to the outside. Brought forward. Earls giving it off to Guppy. Now Earls overlaps, looking for a return pass, but no room. So Guppy crosses down inside. And the ball knocked loose. Ben Younger with a turnaround near end of the box. Has it 10 yards out. Trying to draw it loose. Tiger with a chip shot left footer, but puts it 5 yards over top of the crossbar. Goal kick once again for the Islanders. Other sponsors of these broadcasts include the Farish Group. The best seat in the house is in your Farish apartment. See them all at Farish.com. By the Messenger Post now more than ever. And by Connolly Printing, the official printer of the Rhinos. Oh, God, that sets the ball. Interesting, he was all upset with the ball boy for not getting a ball last time. Now he's just walking around. Drives it out through midfield. Headed across the midfield line underneath the Gabandi, but that's in turn taken away. The Rhinos have it. Guppy. He'll then feed it through the center circle off to the right side for Krummelmeyer. Finally settles at the feet, drawing it forward, but the ball knocked away. Tiger slipped. Very slippery or something out there tonight. Brought forward by Guppy, and Earl's now overlapping. Guppy tried to cross, but looking to sneak it through, but the ball blocked away on a small two-man wall, and now driven out through midfield by Arrieta. Trying to catch Etienne breaking. At the near corner of the box, roller in, and the ball is scooped up and is 6 by Vallow. Waits. Vallow is set, 78th minute. Islanders 2, Rochester nothing tonight. In the series, even at 2 goals apiece. Left-footed forward to midfield, but they're taken by the Rhinos. Alguda to the outside, Krummelmeyer after it. Gets to it to keep it in, 1v1 with Rivera. At the right end of the box, looking for a cross, but picked off by Yombi to the end line. Rivera keeps it in play, gives it off to Yombi, left foot's it ahead. That's flicked in the air and in underneath the carry forward by Steele on the attack. Johnny Steele on the run. He's watched by Earls, turns back toward the middle, 25 yards out. Trying to slide it through, and sliding in on the ball is Vallow, and the player for the Islanders goes sliding over top of him. I think that's Noel. So Vallow up with the ball. Here in the 79th minute. Waits for the players to move away. Might have had the wind knocked out of him a little bit. Kneeling over. Now stretching out. Draws the ball forward. He'll set it somewhere out around his 18. Was there a foul called in, evidently, the way he's setting the ball? Offside? All right, thank you. Offside against the Islanders. Through midfield. Flick forward. Right out of bounds on the far side. Off of Rivera, so a throw in for the Rhinos. At the Islander, caught up the 25 on the right wing side. Krummelmeyer will take the throw in. Looks around, nobody close enough. They'll have to go backwards with the ball to Hines. Out around the 40, sneaks a pass through to Falguda. Turns up the right wing, sends it to the end line. That's deflected away, and will spin out of bounds deep in the corner. The Rhinos will have a throw in about the 1 foot line on the right wing side. Krummelmeyer out top for Hines. Looking for the cross, but blocked away and out again. So another throw in for the Rhinos. Well, wait a minute. They say evidently it came back and Nick Hines as it went out. So the Islanders with the throw-in. Played out to midfield, stepping up. Smith nods it toward the middle, in underneath it, Ben Younger. Turning around, Miller can't get away, and is carried aside by Gabambi. Out on the near wing, Arrieta on the right wing side. We're now to the 80th minute here in Puerto Rico. 80th minute. Tackled away by Palguda. Birch will then feed it off on the right side, in underneath of Hines. Volleys it out through midfield. Rivera back, nods it forward. Off the chest of Steele, spinning back with the ball, drops it there, and that's brought across midfield on the left wing side into Rhino territory. Spinning back with the ball. As it's dropped off on the midfield line, a return pass in the middle, stepping in to take it away, Tiger, but then is tackled away by his twin, Rivera, and the ball carried away up the right wing side. Ahead is Kummelmeyer. And he's tried to sneak it through inside, but the ball tackled away. Put it out through midfield, out of bounds, so in for the Rhinos from their own 45 on the right wing. Be taken by Hines. Throw it up the wing. Rivera heads it away. And settled by the Islanders. They have the ball in their own end. 81st minute now, hammered out through midfield. Birch stepping up, able to tip it up in the air and all the way down. As Birch down on the field at the midfield line, it comes out of the near wing and played forward. Birch is slow getting up. He's calling for perhaps to change it up. He might be hurt. He's not getting back up at the moment as the ball is played to the end line. In underneath the Dow Earls with the chip down on the 6th. Mid-Younger up in the air. Couldn't quite reach it. Just inches away from the header. Knocked away out near midfield. Birch is still down on the field. And the ball played out on the near wing will spin out over the end line. Goal kick as Birch trying to get back up. He does. Gets up and he's hobbling on the left foot. And the ref coming over talking to Birch, and Birch says it's all right. But it took him a while to get up. We're in the 82nd minute. Birch now looking over toward the bench. And the referee's going to blow the whistle as Birch wants to talk to the trainer. So Dave Pasquale is called out onto the pitch to take a look at Kenny Birch. Again, there's a lot of players tonight that have most likely been suffering from lack of liquid. Hydration is a problem, it seems. Very hot and humid, very muggy all night long. So now a substitution as Birch is coming off, and it looks like Teniwa Bansu will go on in the 83rd minute. 83rd minute, Birch is out. And Bansu is in. All right, so the change is made. 2 players still available for substitution for the Rhinos. Nate Kraft and Chad Sievers. All right, it's a goal kick for Gaudet. 83rd minute. Puerto Rico scoring 2 back in the first half to even up the total goal series at 2 apiece. That's where we stand now. Pounded through midfield by Gaudet. That's flicked in the air, in behind Smith, able to nod it forward, but blocked away again. Now we're stepping in Tiger, and then in turn is taken away by Etienne. Out the right side, challenged from behind by Guppy. Etienne turns, drops it back in the middle for Villegas. He'll look to the outsiders at Noel on the right wing and down in the corner, but in behind it's an offside flag. Offside, that's Noel. Which one's a 10 and which one's 11? Got me. And again, it's the light orange jersey with white numbers on it, which is just tremendous for those of us trying to see from about 3 miles away. Ball will be placed, foul is called, and the Rhinos will take the kick. 84th minute. But I'll tell you what, these Rhinos uniforms are outstanding this year. With the black and green stripes on this particular jersey and the bright yellow numbers, and boy, do they show up. Names, numbers, everything. You can really read them. That's outstanding. Foul is called the other way on the Rhinos this time. So the Islanders will have a restart from their own side of midfield. Arrieta will take the kick. Takes a look. Now puts it in play. Out of the Rochester 20. That one flighted over everybody, rolling toward the corner. And it is out over the touchline. Throwing off the left wing side for the Islanders. Right out top. Right-footed delivery down inside the box for the back door. Headed back in the middle. Kicked off the 6. And out over the touchline on the near side. Throw in for the Islanders on the right wing. Arrieta will move up for the throw-in. 85th minute. Fans here at Juan Ramon Real Stadium are standing, wanting to get something going for their team. Ball on the throw-in down inside the box. That's headed away out the near end and kicked away. Out to the 35. Delicott couldn't get a hold of it. Back in the center circle. Right-footed forward again by Yambi. Flicked down inside the box. One bounce to Vallow. And the Rhinos keeper has the ball. Throws it off on the near wing for Guppy. Settles the feet. Brings it forward. Now chips it up the left wing side. Ball the near touchline for Menyonger. Able to slide it behind Krause. After to the backside. But getting to it. Played away and off of Menyonger and out. Oh, I see the player that's in now is Marcelin. Marcelin is in. I didn't catch that substitution. I don't know who came out for him. That's what I was trying to figure out. Who the heck is that? Where did he come from? Out through midfield. Earls with the left foot. Pops it up in the air. Out on the near side. Headed forward. Now good at doing some pushing. Along with Etienne, and play continues on. Fitzpatrick with the spin around. Tiger feeds it forward up the left side to Menyonger. Turn around near corner of the box. Goes down, gets back up, has it. Looking for the cross, but off the foot of Yambi out over the end line. A corner kick for the Rhinos. Rochester corner. This off the left wing side. Krummelmeyer will move all the way across the field to take the corner. 87th minute. And is this one going to go to overtime? Krummelmeyer setting the ball inside the corner kick arc. He should do like the Islanders do and move it about 2 or 3 yards toward the net. Here's Krummelmeyer's kick. Serves it down inside. That went through and booted out all the way out into the center circle. In underneath it, carried forward by Earls. To the outside on the right wing, giving it off. As they're played back in front. Delhi breaking, but the ball just headed away. Out top, pulled forward. Etienne, but knocked away from behind by Menyonger. The Rhinos have it. Center circle, dropped off by Hines. Down duty to the right side for Hines. Approaching the midfield line. On the right wing, turning back toward the middle, spinning around, looking to get away from Rivera. To the outside on the wing for Krummelmeyer. Pass in front, dummy through by Menyonger for Delicott. He's bumped, can't get a shot away, turns, drops it back for Bonsu. To the outside on the left wing for Earls. Skipped by his left foot going to the corner. Earls hustles to get to it in time to keep it in. Then he's run off the ball by Arrieta, but up with his Guppy. On the near wing, Guppy with a cross, blocked away and out by Noel. Throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. 15 yards out on the left wing. Yaupi short on the throw-in, back to Earls. Turns to get away from Noel, drawing it forward, sneaks a pass through to Tiger. Left footer in for the back post, and he misses 2 feet wide to the right post. Tiger played it across the net to the right side. That, I think, was handcuffed on it. Unfortunately for him, it was just wide of the net. 88th minute. Garnett setting the ball to their 6. Will take the goal kick. And with the right foot, hammers it away out through midfield. Smith up in the air, able to hit it across midfield for Delicott. Got away off his chest, and the ball is controlled. Dropped to the outside. On the left wing by Gabandi, and across midfield into Rhino territory. That's right-footed to open space on the left wing. Chased after deep in the far corner. As the Islanders on the attack. Trying to block there. It rolls out over the end line. And off of the Rhinos, a corner kick for the Islanders. Puerto Rico corner kick, left wing side. Fans stand once again, start cheering. 89th minute. Right-footed kicker. Got that way out. He's getting the crowd going. Here's the service down in the box, and that one flighted through and out the near side. Ends all the way out over the end line, so a goal kick for the Rhinos. Now the 90th minute. And even up in the total series at 2. But in this game tonight, Puerto Rico on top, 2-0. So I guess we could almost call it, well, no, actually you can't call it golden goal time because in overtime you could still, if the other team scores, you could still come back and score a goal, even it up. But I guess the old saying that the next goal is huge is maybe an understatement. Gallo puts it through midfield. Delicate up, couldn't quite get to it for the flick. It is Guppy at midfield, drops it off for Earls. He'll chip it away up the left wing side. Kraus nods it down. Ben Younger turning back for Tiger, moving in, comes away. Here's Tiger down to the 20, to the outside for Guppy. Spins back to the right foot side, switch to the left, and his cross is blocked away by Arrieta. Rolls away and out. So in on the near side for the Rhinos. 15 yards out. Guppy for the throw-in to the corner for Earls. Tried to play it back, but blocked by Steele, and he'll pound a high floater out to midfield. Settled by Etienne, turns up the right wing, but then runs into Smith as they battle for the ball at the midfield line. Spinning and giving it off to Noel, moving in. Nice tackle by Bonsu, but ball right back to, and now a long shot in, but up over top. Well, it did come down in front of the crossbar by Etienne. I think he was trying to catch Vallow, perhaps cheating. Etienne went for the net from about 45 yards out. Looked like it would be up over top, but comes down right in front of the crossbar, and Vallow makes the save. Vallow dribbles it away. We're in stoppage time. And did they indicate how much time? Through midfield. Headed in the air, coming down to the 18. Rivera knocks it to the outside, but in underneath it. Krummelmeyer, far corner of the box. Turns toward the end line, trying to get to the ball, but he got away from it, rolls out, and a goal kick once again for the Islanders. Goal kick. To be taken by the keeper, Gaudet. Now the winner will move on to the winner of the Montreal-Vancouver series. Montreal had a lead 1-0. After the first game, Vancouver scored a couple tonight, and I believe that Vancouver leads 2-1. Set to the service. Pounded out through midfield by Gaudet. That's headed aside off into the center circle. Tiger gets a toe on it to knock it away, and recovered down by Earls. And the whistle blows. That is it for regulation. Well, we'll have a stoppage of time here, and before heading to overtime. We're going to overtime tonight. It'll be 2 15-minute overtime, so we'll take a 2-minute break here, a 2-minute timeout, as these teams will get ready for overtime. Through regulation tonight, it is the Islanders 2 and the Rhinos 0. The 2-game total goal series is even at.
Do you have a winning telecommunications team? Bring in a suite of IP, voice, data, and equipment options to the field. Paytech works with you to develop your personalized communication solution. Paytech knows it's all about the people. With an industry-leading retention rate, their customers are their biggest fans. Call today, 340-2665, or visit on the web at paetec.com. Paytech is a proud partner of the Rochester Raging Rhinos. Paytech, personalizing business communications.
Back once again at Juan Ramon L'Oreal Stadium as the players are taking a bit of a respite here between the end of regulation and the first overtime session. Rochester in game 1 scored 2 goals, had a 2-0 lead coming here to San Juan, and fully expecting the Islanders to go full bore at the beginning of this game, which is what they did, and it paid off for San Juan as they scored 2 unanswered goals in the first half. Back in the 11th minute, Fabrice Noel scored his first in the playoffs, and again in the 11th minute. Then they added another one in the 35th minute. Ty Etienne with the goal assisted by Delgado. So that was a substitution for the Islanders. Or rather, that was a goal for the Islanders as they took a 2-0 lead in this game tonight. So in game 2, the Islanders win it 2-0. The Rhinos won game 1 2-0. And that means that it's 2 goals for each team through the 2 games. So now it goes to overtime, 2 15-minute overtime sessions. And if there's no decision at the end of that time, then it'll go to PKs, to penalty kicks. So, very tense times here in San Juan. And the Vancouver leading tonight 2-0. And leading in the 2-game total goal series 2-1. That in the 64th minute between Vancouver and Montreal. So still anybody's game as far as that one's concerned. Montreal trailing right now. The Islanders have made 2 substitutions tonight. Thus far, Marshall has come in. Villegas has come in. The Rhinos have made 4 substitutions. Still available for substitution. Chad Severs, a forward. Nate Kraft, a defender. But, of course, only one of those can come in. And the Islanders have the luxury of making several substitutions if they wish. Not sure how much time they take between regulation and overtime, but they're taking their time here as the players are on the field. Literally on the field, many of them lying on the field, having their legs stretched out, trying to keep it all loose here before we head into overtime. Now the winner of this will move on to the championship game next Saturday. Next Saturday will be the championship game. All right, the officials are coming out to the center dot. And we'll get this first overtime session under the way. Again, it's 2 15-minute overtime sessions. It's not gold and gold. It continues through the 30 minutes. Trying to hear what the announcement is, but of course it's a language I don't speak. Now they're switching sides of the field now. The Rhinos will be attacking the net to my right. Dallas in goal down to my left. The kickoff looks like it'll be taken by the Rhinos. Delicott and Menyunger. And they're called back into the huddle now to talk to Vallow, and the Islanders also are going to huddle up and talk things over, so they're continuing to take their sweet time before getting underway here in overtime. Well, the Rhinos had hoped to come in and be able to weather the storm and not let it go this far, but that was not the case. So it's anybody's game, anybody's series right now heading into overtime. And I'll tell you what, no matter what happens here, what a tremendous turnaround for the Rhinos this year as they struggled from the start of the year to just even get a goal. To this point, we're in the semifinals and just actually at this point, I guess you'd say 1 goal away from the finals. Set to go now. As again, Menyunger and Delicott will take the kickoff here for overtime. And shooting of the net down to my right. Set to go. Here we go in overtime. Brought forward by Menyunger up the right side to the outside for Krummelmeyer. Has to turn back with the ball. Sliding in, able to keep it. However, now brought away and upfield by the Islanders. Through midfield into Rhino territory. Pass off in the center circle for Villegas. Switches back to the left foot and then feeds it to the outside of the near wing for Steele. His cross from the back post up in the air. Just misses. Just barely missed the upper 90 on the far side. Steele almost picked off that corner. Wow. Close. Well, right now I have 11 shots for the Islanders and 4 for the Rhinos. Not an unofficial total. Vallow will set the ball for the goal kick. 2-0 tonight in favor of the Islanders. So now, through the 2 games, it's even at 2 goals apiece. We're in overtime. Vallow right foots it through midfield. That flicked in the air, and underneath it, the Islanders trying to bring it away. Delicott steps in, able to knock it loose for Menyunger. Turns back along the 30, then switching to the left wing side for Guffey. On the far side, the far corner of the box, left foot crossed down along the 6-foot, headed away and out by Yumby. That's pushed further forward out toward midfield, but stepping in underneath it, Palguda. He'll go to the outside on the left wing. Nodded back in play. Guffey has it. Drawing it forward. Pass ahead. Earls takes it. Leaves it off there for Fitzpatrick on the left wing side. As he takes a look around. Drawn off on the left wing and down brought away again by the Rhinos. I do see that Palguda has moved back to his central defender position, and Bonsu has moved up in more of the midfield, that spot that Palguda was taking. That's flicked down inside the box, but knocked away. In underneath it, as Krummelmeyer couldn't come away, and the ball brought out at midfield. On the attack, flying up the left wing side is Noel. And to the Rochester 18, look what a kick. It's knocked down, diving to his left. Vallow makes the save, knocks it down, the ball cleared away and out of bounds. Great diving save by Vallow. Boy, Noel, I'll tell you what, he's got the wheels. He can flat out fly. Rivera up for the way, throw in off the left wing, down around the 5. Goes short to Steele. Stepping in, Krummelmeyer takes it away, and then he'll bash it out near midfield. It got away, but turning back to the ball, Marcelin recovers the ball to his own side of midfield, drops it off for Yambi, spins it through the center circle, stepping up. Earls had it momentarily, but overran it. Now turning and twisting, Villegas will drop it off, taken by Gabandi, and a pass in the center circle for Marcelin. Moves up down to the 25, left foot blast, but that's blocked away, and the Rhinos have it again, and it's Bunch who depleted forward to Krummelmeyer. Knocked loose out of the near side. Carried forward by Steele, trying to slip it back in front. Hines tackles it away, and Bunch will knock it loose. Where it's recovered by Smith inside of his 18. Steele challenging, and Smith drives it away out to midfield. Delicott bumped off the ball. Krummelmeyer will continue on for the Rhinos. Drops it there toward the middle for Tiger. Off on the left side, in underneath it, Guppy. Earls is overlapping. Here's Guppy, rolls it off in the middle for Menyunger. Checking back on the ball, turning at the midfield line. He'll then send a high chip shot down inside, blocked away at the 18 by Yambi for Marcelin. Turns it away to his right for Krause, and the Islanders with the ball. Pass ahead out near midfield for Villegas. As he's turned back to get away from Guppy, drops it off, and Arrieta right foots it out through midfield. In underneath it, headed aside by Smith, and on the left wing side, where the foul is called on the Islanders, so it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos. We're in our first overtime session. 4th minute. Scores is even at 2. Battle to the outside on the left wing. Brought forward by Earls, approaching midfield. To the outside, giving it off to Steve Guppy. Left footer up to the corner. After it goes, Tiger gets to it near the end line as he's watched closely there by Krause. Now Arrieta moves in. They're double teaming Tiger. And he looks for a cross. Rolls along the end line. And, however, it was in play and scooped up at the end line by Gaudette. Now the 5th minute in overtime, even at 2. Gaudette, high floater, out through the center circle. Smith stepping up, heads it in the air. Comes down again, stepping in. Hines over top of Steele this time. Bonsu after it, able to block it across midfield. T-Bone on the break. Sneaks the ball through, then is taken down, and the loose ball is recovered by the Islanders. Off into the center circle. Gabandi plays it forward up the near wing, but Hines comes back to steal it away. He spins with the left foot, plays it out to midfield. Gabandi touching it off on the far wing for Villegas. Right wing side, turning back toward the middle. Spinning around, watched by Earls once again. To the outside, drop back. As Arrieta off in the center circle, Marcelin drops it back for Krause. His pass off to his left to Yambi. Approaching midfield, goes long to the near side. In underneath it, Noel heads it, but heads it right to Hines, and the Rhinos bring it away. Off the near wing, Ryan Hines on the attack across midfield. Looks for an opening. He watched from behind by Noel, spins back to the ball, drops it off at the midfield line for Tiger. Works toward the middle, Tiger off in the center circle. Tries the left wing side. Carried forward now, Earls with it. To the outside, up the left wing. Got forward, Guppy. Looking for the cross, no room, still has it, turns back to the right foot, has it along the 25, working toward the middle, roller in front for Tiger, it got away from him, up in the air, and it's high and out of the box on the near side, all the way out to near midfield. Now there was a collision, and Tiger in collision with the defender, and the foul was called. Still, the Puerto Rico player is down on the field. I think that's Yambi. Nobody's paying much attention to him, so it must be just napping or something. Finally, the ref walks over, and Yambi gets up. He's all right. 7th minute in overtime, the first overtime. We're tied at 2. Rhinos scored 2 in game 1. Islanders scored 2 in game 2. Ball placed, and just outside the box. Gaudette with the right foot. Delivers through midfield. Flick forward by Etienne. Rolls to the corner. Hines battling. And Noel for the ball. Noel. Well, the foul is called. Noel sure looked like he took a dive. He threw his hands in the air. And the spot of the ball is outside the box. Call it 10 yards out. About 2 yards out the near end of the box. Gabandi, now Steele, quick service down inside, head ball up in the air over top of the end line and out by Tieno, as he was being marked there by Bonsu. Ansu on the ground, rolls over. He'll get up and seems to be all right. Well, they're going to give him another chance. It was done too quickly, so they get to do it all over again. Well, how fair is that? Man. All right, Steele. Left-footed kicker. Gabandi, right-footed kicker. That same spot, Gabandi goes for it for the near post, headed in the air out the near side by Guppy. Big bounce on the end line, out over the end line, so now a corner kick for the Islanders. Puerto Rico corner off the left wing side. Gabandi setting the ball. Once again, he has it outside the arc, but only a few inches outside. Right footer down along the six-pack, heel by Arrieta, blocked away, comes out top. Krause trying to switch it back, but can't. As he's bothered closely by Smith, he'll drop it out top, and Yambi off to the right side for Viegas. It turns it down inside the box again, and out over the end line. Stretching out for it was Arrieta, and he did a little bit too much stretch on it. He's cramping up. Looks like both legs are cramping on Arrieta. He goes down calling for help, and then he leans forward, grabbing onto his toes, pulling those toes back as he stretched all the way out with the right leg, trying to come up with the ball. Now he gets back up and hobbles away, and he says to the ref, no, he's all right. All right, on the restart, here come the Rhinos, the 9th minute, first overtime session. Earls to the outside on the left wing. Guppy turning back. Watch closely, but he'll drop it all the way back down to Vallow. Vallow then just pushing it out of the box, ahead for Palguda. Drag it forward, takes a look downfield. Left-footed delivery. Now the count in behind, couldn't get to it. That rolls out to the end line, and it's over the end line. And a goal kick for the Islanders. Now the 10th minute from Puerto Rico. Even at 2, we're in overtime. Again, Rochester scored 2 in game 1. Islanders came back tonight in game 2 and scored 2, so we're all even at 2 apiece. The keeper got that, placing the ball to his 6. Set to put it in play. Drives a low kick out through midfield. Guppy up, able to head it forward, turning back toward Arrieta for the Islanders, gets to it. And he turns, trying to blast it downfield, but blocked by Delicate away and out of bounds on the far side. So a throw in for the Islanders from their own 25 on the right wing side. Arrieta still in play, even though seemingly cramping up. He sends the throw in across midfield. Bonsu in behind, trying to bring it away. Clears it along the far wing out across midfield, but that's hammered forward by the Islanders. Smith turning back with the ball, lays it back to Vallow, and being challenged there. Will first time it away. In on him was Noel. Out of the near side, Hines tips it, trying to keep it in play. Does he? And it's knocked out of bounds. Off of Rivera. Throw in on the near side. Nice job by Hines. On the right wing, approaching midfield, looking for the throw in. Goes short. Checking back on the ball, Krummelmeyer. That was popped up in the air, nodded for by Yambi. Flicked away, out near midfield, and headed into the center circle and underneath of Viegas. To the outside on the near wing, in under the ball is Noel. As he's challenged there, it's knocked away and out over the end line off of Smith. Another corner kick for the Islanders. Well, Puerto Rico did score their second goal tonight off the corner kick from Delgado. Gabandi over for the corner once again. Moves the ball outside that arc. They just continuing to cheat on those corner kicks. Gabandi with the right foot serves it down for the near post, and Guppy's there to head it away. All the way out to the 30. One-time blast is blocked, and that's up over the end line. Over the end line off the Rhinos and out. We'll have a corner kick the other side, off the right wing side, and Steele will move over to put it in play off the corner. Islanders now with 10 corner kicks on the night. The Rhinos have had 3. Even at 2. We're in overtime. Steele, left-footed kicker. Menyonga over watching close. As when going out top. Arrieta moving in. Right-footed kick, but missed wide. Shanked it away out the outside of his foot, missing the right post wide right. Goal kick for the Rhinos. And as I have it now, 12 shots for the Islanders, 4 for the Rhinos on the night. And again, unofficial. Vallow will take the kick. 13th minute in overtime. 2 15-minute overtime sessions. And then penalty kicks. All right, set to go. Vallow with the right foot drives it away through midfield. That flicked in the air, coming down and headed into Rhino territory. As chased down, Palguda knocks it forward. Bonsu on a half volley kick up in the air, comes down at center circle. Delicate able to head it away. And out with it on the other side is Krause, and the Islanders have the ball. Off toward the middle for Marcelin. To the outside on the near wing for Steele. Spins it away up the left wing. Hines stumbled and went down, and Noel chases the ball on the near wing. Hines coming back, almost knocked him away from it. Smith after him now. Noel spins back to the left foot. He's pulled down. Play goes on. Line out on the near side, so this time, Noel does not get away with it. Although this time I thought it was a foul. Last time I thought it was not. So the referee evidently making up for the last time. I think he knew he made a bad call last time. Hines with the throw-in. Through midfield. That's headed off toward the middle, but stepping in is Palguda to draw it forward. And turns it to the outside of the left wing. Running after the ball in open space goes Guppy. Off the left wing. Guppy slows it up. Earls overlaps. Ball laid out on the end line. Earls lays it back. Guppy puts it for the back post side. That's out the near end of the 6. In underneath it. Bonsu back in the middle. Delicate up. Hit ball. That's blocked away. And out over the end line again. Kicked up into the stands to the far side, but it was over the end line, I believe, so it should be a corner kick for the Rhinos. Rochester corner. 15th minute of overtime. The first overtime session just about to close out. Corner kick. This off the left wing side. Right-footed kicker. Ermenmeyer will swing it in. Here's the service. Low into the box. Up in the air to haul it down, and his 6 has got down. Takes a look downfield. Gaudette taking his time. The clock ticks down. And the boots the ball out through the center circle. And the whistle blows. That'll end the first overtime. All right, we have another overtime session coming up. We're still even. Rhinos scored 2 in game 1. Islanders scored 2 in game 2. We are all even at 2 apiece in overtime. Still no decision made. Who continues on to the championship? We'll find overtime. All of the scoring in this one tonight came back in the first half of game 2. The Islanders scoring in the 11th minute. Fabrice Noel with his first. 35th minute. Ty Etienne scoring his first in the playoffs. And the Islanders scored 2 tonight. The Rhinos had scored 2 in game 1, so it's all even up now at 2 apiece. And we have somebody off of the Puerto Rico bench running across the field, yelling at the crowd to tell them to stand up and make noise. Is that the assistant coach? I think it is. Man, he gets into the game, doesn't he? And he runs all the way back to the bench. All right, now the Rhinos attacking the net to my left. And Scott Vallow in goal down to my right. As we begin another 15-minute overtime session. Kickoff will be taken by the Islanders. We still have somebody on the field across the way. All right. The referee trying to get everybody off the field. Ready to put it in play on the kickoff from the Islanders. Puerto Rico has had the edge in play, to say the least. Ball spun down at the Rhinos end, the far corner. Hines back, right foots it. Out near midfield, stepping in underneath it. Yalby one touch forward. But a half volley kick the other way. Palguda drives it all the way downfield. That's tipped off inside the 18, turning back for it. Rivera, his pass on the far wing, picked off by Krummeyer. Draws it forward. Counters from behind by Steele. Krummelmeyer still has it. Breaking for the corner now. Double teamed. In the corner. Sneaks it loose along the end line. Gets away with the ball. He turns back. Right-footed cross in the air, but pops up in the air as he's triple teamed. Down the ball knocked in the box. And it's pounded away out to the near side of the field by Steele. In underneath it, Earls. Giving it off to Bonsu. Takes a look upfield. Bonsu passed down in the middle along the 20 for Delicott. It got away from him, and the loose ball carried away by the Islanders. Out to midfield. Drawn off by Noel. Works it ahead down to the Rochester 25. Sneaks it out of the right side. Etienne, it was behind him. He couldn't reach it. Backward goes Earls. The Rhinos have the ball. Pass ahead out near midfield for Tiger to the outside. Guppy across the midfield line. Steve Guppy, player assistant coach. What a great addition he has been. Then Younger's bumped and taken down. Play goes on. Back for Yambi giving it off. Krause on the near side. He'll turn and boot it out of bounds. So a throw in at midfield on the near side for the Rhinos to be taken by Danny Earls. Throw into Guppy. Turns back with the ball to midfield. Spins to get away from Steele. Still has it. Off to the center circle for Bonsu. Looks around. He'll switch it off to the right side. Carried forward by Hines on the attack. Ryan Hines up the right wing down to the far corner of the box. Looking for a cross, but that one blocked away. And the loose ball carried off by the Islanders. Out upfield. Headed away into the center circle by Smith. Tiger couldn't reach it. Steele underneath it for the Islanders to the outside for Villegas. Drives it ahead. 1v1 with Earls. Switch back to the right side, and Earls goes sliding by. Here's a shot. Put high and wide to the right side. About 10 yards high over the crossbar. Goal kick for the Rhinos. We're in the 17th minute of overtime. 30 minutes total. Dallow will set the ball to the 6 for the kick. Still to be decided who goes to the championship game in both games. Vancouver had come back in their game tonight, had a 2-1 lead over Montreal. That was, about the 64th minute was the last word we had. Through midfield, Delicott flicks forward. But in behind, Ariette's able to play it away, and that ball will slip out of bounds on the near side. A throw in for the Rhinos, 35 yards out on the near wing. Guppy will move up for the throw in. Goes short back to Earls. Looks around and off into the center circle to Bonsu. Pass forward to Delicott as he's bumped from behind by Yambi. Delicott able to lay it to the outside on the right wing for Krummelmeyer. Down to the corner of the box, moving in, left-footed shot, but he misses the short side. Got a quick shot away, just missing the post on the short side. Islander goal kick to be taken by the keeper, Bill Gaudette. 19th minute of overtime. Again, no scoring in overtime, and it goes to penalty kicks. Still, thank you very much. Scott Morrison back in the studio says in the 90th, Vancouver still with a 2-0 lead tonight. That would be a 2-1 lead in the series. So Vancouver might possibly be able to come back and sneak it out against Montreal. That ball headed aside, pushed toward the middle. In underneath it, laid to the outside on the left wing, drawn forward, but Tiger steps in. He'll take it away. Rhinos bring it upfield. Tiger across the midfield line, leading the charge has been Younger with Delicott. Pass to the outside. Ramirez steps in to steal it away. Tiger goes flying, and the ball loose is recovered by Hines. The Rhinos have it again, approaching midfield. Long delivery up the right wing side. In behind Krummelmeyer, chasing to the end line. Yambi blocking, and Yambi has to come up with the ball. Turns it to the outside again. Rivera drives it out through midfield. Stepping up, that's headed across midfield by Hines as he was hauled down. And the two players still getting up. But now another Puerto Rico player is down on the field. And we might be having a substitution coming up for the Islanders. We're into the 20th minute of overtime. Trying to pick out who the player is. His right leg is cramping up, whoever that is. I believe that's Rivera. And gets up. He'll then run it off. So a little cramping going on. He stays in. But there is a substitution coming up for the Islanders. Well, the fourth official across the way holding up the board. Trying to see who's coming out. Yeah, the player that's in is Hansen. Hansen is in. Ball headed away and out top. That's volleyed out to midfield. So here in the 21st minute, or in the game, the 111th minute, Hansen is in. And the ball pushed forward down inside the box, but turning back is Yambi, and blocked away out over the end line by Delicott. Goal kick for the Islanders. Again, we're into the 21st minute of overtime, and it's 30-minute total. No goals scored before the end of overtime, and this one goes to the penalty kick decision. Tough way to lose it. But one team, should it go that far, will come out on the short end and be done. Of course, Puerto Rico still has play in the CONCACAF. I believe that, I think they have another game Wednesday. So if they win this one, they play Wednesday in that, and then Saturday in the championship of this league. Flight it through midfield. Quite the whirlwind tour for the Islanders. Having a great season. Downfield, Krause will volley it forward. Off the near wing, stepping in Marshall across midfield, but that one got away. And then poked away downfield, but spins out of bounds on the near side. It'll be a throw in for the Islanders from their own 25. On the near side of the field, the throw in, Marshall dropping it back. And that one got away out of bounds. Marshall played it back to Arrieta, but put it out. So a turnover. The Rhinos will have the throw in. 25 yards out off the left wing side. Guppy with a throw in deep to the corner from Younger. That one spun away off his foot and out over the end line. And I'll tell you what, these players are spent. Nobody can seem to do very much right now. It looks like they're all running in cement. Gaudette waiting to find a ball, and the ball boy was standing right behind him. I think he's wasting as much time as possible, too. I don't know. I think if I was a goalkeeper, I'd rather have this thing decided in the run of play rather than penalty kicks. And he backed up on the ball, and then he backs up again. Gaudette wasting time. Now with the right foot will drive it away out through midfield. Smith able to head it forward, center circle. That's knotted in to the midfield line. Back goes Delicott, flicks it across midfield for Younger. He'll tip it to the outside and up the right wing. Running onto the ball is Krummelmeyer. Moving down to the right side, across along the 18, down inside. Delicott couldn't get to it. That's a tough. A blast off the one-timer from Fitzpatrick. Up in the air, comes loose down at the 6th grab and hauled down by Gaudette. So Tiger picked it out of midair with the shot. Then it was blocked and popped up in the air and then hauled down by Gaudette. 24th minute, even at 2. Gaudette with the right foot, pounds a high floater through midfield. And underneath it, volleyed back across midfield by Guppy into the center circle. That one bouncing loose out on the other side, coming down to the midfield line, spinning around Marshall into the outside. And moving up is Rivera on the left wing. He'll deliver down to the left wing corner. Down along the end line, but stepping in to take it away is Hines, and then he's bowled over from behind. The ball rolls out over the end line. And it's a goal kick. Dallo will take the goal kick. We're in the 24th minute. Again, this is overtime. Dallo ready to put it in play. Been a very even game since the second half. First half it was all Puerto Rico. Well, they did have some chances still in the second half, but the Rhinos have been hanging in. Out through midfield, turning back, stepping up to steal it. Carried forward now by the Rhinos across midfield. Pass off toward the middle for Younger. He'll spin it around, trying to slot it through to Delicott, but blocked away. Delicott and Marshall in after it. Now up with it on the right wing side once again. The Rhinos still have it. Turning back, Hines drops it off at midfield for Smith. In the center circle, switching to the left wing side for Earls along the near wing. Brings it across midfield. Danny Earls on the attack as he turns back to his left side, to the outside for Guppy, drawing it down now around the 18, crossing along the 18, then Younger heads it in front, but this one knotted away out of the box by Krause. After it, 20 yards out, then Younger gets to it, drops it off on top of Bonsu, turns back to the right foot, his kick in, but blocked. It is not evidently blocked, it just spun wide and out over, wide right of the net over the end line, a goal kick for the Islanders. Another Puerto Rico player down, he's up now, that's Steele it looks like. Almost every player has been down and out here tonight, it looks like. with the perhaps lack of hydration. Got that backing up on the ball. We'll take the goal kick, 26th minute. Even at 2. Has the ball right-footed out through midfield and hooked away on the far side. Smith steps up, nodded across midfield, but booted the other way downfield. And big bounce on the ball. Vallow has it. And the word, Scott back in the studio, says that Vancouver came back and they defeated Montreal 2-1. So Vancouver is in the championship game against the winner of this one. Well, it's the Vancouver Whitecaps going to the final. Vallow drives it out through midfield. Danicott up, trying to flick forward. However, that's blocked away in the center circle. Earl's in underneath it. Turned back with the ball, drops it off. However, didn't get enough on it, and the ball pulled forward, now booted away. Out and downfield play goes on. The Rhinos have it. Fans are very upset. As hauled down was Villegas, and the fans want to call but don't get it. Hold outfield. Marcina back at his 20 now, right-footed out into the center circle, block forward and carried away by Smith. Cross midfield to the outside. On the right wing is Hines, turning back toward the middle. Left-footed roller, slotting it through to Danicott, but it got away from him. Up in the air, turning in behind, blocked forward. However, a foul is called on the Rhinos. We have Krause coming out, yelling at the referee. Krause very upset at the ref. Continues to yell. Right in his face. Unsurprised he didn't get a card. 27th minute. So a free kick for Gaudette from his own 35. As now it's the 28th minute. And another substitution. Ojeda is in. All right, so Ojeda is in. And what do we have now? We got a discussion across the way with the linesman. Referee coming over to talk to the linesman. Vallow wanting to hear what's going on. Telling the ref to get it going again here. Now the 28th minute of overtime. The referee going back across the field now to talk to the fourth official. The linesman coming out on the field. He's talking to some of the Puerto Rico players. We do have a Puerto Rico player that's down on the field across the way at midfield. Now there's somebody, I have no idea who he is running across the field to the near side. It's a mess. I think there's some fans maybe have been causing a little problem or something over here. All right, so Ojeda is in. As we are in the 29th minute. That must be what it is. Security over watching some of the fans in the front row of seats. All right, so got that. Waiting to put the ball back in play. Yeah, we'll probably get a little bit of stoppage time here. Ordinarily in the overtime, you don't get much of anything. But we just wasted a couple of minutes right there. Got that. Drives it away downfield. That one headed away back near midfield. Left-footed in, side the box out of the near side. That is kicked away by Guppy out the near wing. The Islanders have it at the right side. Ojeda switch back and turns back again. Now drops it on top, moving in. Arrieta feeds it down inside the box. That's booted up in the air and delivered on top. And the center at the 18 is shot. He punched away the goal. Powell diving to his right side, upper right corner. Powell got the right hand on it, punched it away. That was the ticket right there for the Islanders. Tremendous save by Scott Vallow. Wow. Saves the day. Corner kick. Left wing side for the Islanders. Right for the kicker and in-swinger. In the box. Up in the air they go. Knocked down. Where's the ball? They score. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, man. The Islanders have come down, punted in. Wait a minute, the card is issued. All right, the card is issued. What's the call here? The referee is over to talk to the linesman. A red card was issued. And Puerto Rico comes away with the goal. Puerto Rico celebrating. They have scored the goal here. And Puerto Rico, in overtime, has scored. It looked like the referee had pulled out a red card. Dallo and Tiger are furious with the referee as the Islanders players celebrate. This was at the far end of the field, so I couldn't see a whole lot of what was going on. I'm at the opposite end of the field. But the Islanders evidently have been awarded the goal here with just seconds remaining in overtime. Well, oh, that's so sad. Rhino's trying to get it lined up for the kick. We've got just seconds to try and come up with a goal here. Here's the kick. Brought away by Ben Younger, drawing it forward in the center circle as he's taken down, continuing on his Tiger. To the outside, on the right wing, brought forward. Service down along the 20, knocked away out top, moving in his Guppy underneath it. He'll chip a high one in the air. Out of the far wing, blasted away downfield. Back go the Rhinos as the clock is stopped now at 30. Earls up the left wing side, ahead with it. How good a dummies it through, chased after by Bunsu on the near wing. Working toward the end line, turning back with the ball, but can't get through. Carried away with Bunsu, will steal it back and turn and drops it off near midfield. Earls left footer down inside. Krummelmeyer up, but couldn't get up high enough for it. Back near midfield, Hines chasing it down his own side of midfield, and the whistle blows, and this one is over. Oh, man, oh, man. Oh, I feel so bad for these Rochester players that have played their hearts out and came so close to just a gigantic upset. But tonight, the Rhino season comes to a close. And the fans are mobbing the Puerto Rico players on the pitch. Darren Tilley coming over to talk to the referee with his shrugging his shoulders like, what's going on here? Now the Rhinos players will begin to head toward the locker room, and Puerto Rico now will advance to the finals against Vancouver. So it'll be the top two teams. The top two teams in the league will advance to the finals next Saturday. Puerto Rico and Vancouver in the championship game next Saturday. As I know I will never get the announcement on who scored that goal, who gets credit for that goal, and there's no scorekeepers around. I'm all by myself here and no way to find out, so I apologize for that. Could not see it, and not sure who scored it. Oh, such a tough way to end it, but hey, what a great season for the Rhinos as it started out all negative and ended up almost all positive. Final score tonight in overtime from San Juan, the Puerto Rico Islanders in the two-game total goal series win it 3-2. This is the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
You can hear all 12 tracks off Darius Rucker's new CD, Learn to Live, for free, on demand at mycountryfm.com. Keywords Music on Demand, courtesy of 2008 Capital Nashville.
The Rhinos on Country 107.3.
Kevin Worsley. All right, well, there's a big mob scene across the way, and certainly Puerto Rico, I think it looks like they won the championship here tonight, but they still have a championship game to go yet. But they must feel like they've won a championship tonight as they have squeezed past the very pesky Rochester Rhinos and taken the 3-2 win. As the Rhinos players are making their way to the locker room, Coach Tilley trying to get his players off the pitch, but it's a mob scene. All of the fans are out on the field now. And a very tough finish, but boy, I'll tell you what, you got to give this team so much credit. The coaches and players have done such a great job of turning things around here, but up against the number one team in the league, and by far and away, it would appear to me to be the best team in the league, come out just seconds short of going to the championship game. All right, the unofficial stats on the night as the goal scoring back in the 11th minute. It was Noel getting the goal, and in the 35th minute, Etienne scored in the playoffs, assisted by Delgado. So it was 2-0 at the half for Puerto Rico, and that's the way it ended up through regulation, sending it to overtime even at 2. And with just seconds remaining, a scramble and a flurry in front of the Rochester net, the ball was pounded in by somebody, and who it was, I don't know. I couldn't see from here, and I have nobody around to ask who got the goal, and I can't understand the announcements that are made here anyway. So, unfortunately, Joe, I guess, will have the information for you on the postgame. He has the ability to look at the computers and figure it all out on who scored and so on and so forth. I hope, Joe, you saw better what I did here. But anyway, and that's the final scoring as the Islanders outshot the Rhinos by a 12-5 margin, 12-5. 4 saves for Vallow, including one tremendous one near the end of the game, and one save for Gaudette. Corner kicks 8 corner kicks for the Islanders and 4 for the Rhinos. Fouls 15 against the Islanders and 9 fouls against the Rhinos. Well, there's your unofficial stats on the night. All right, let's run through these awards here tonight. The Save of the Game brought to you by Lamont Awards and Apparel, your choice for honoring your team, company, or special person. And the ball brought out at midfield. On the attack, flying up the left wing side is Noel. And to the Rochester 18, look for the kick. It's knocked down, diving to his left. Vallow makes the save, knocks it down. The ball cleared away and out of bounds. So Vallow got the save on that one. Pellegrino sub of the game tonight. Well, as far as the sub of the game is concerned for the Rhinos, I thought Bantu did excellent. Hines also did very well on his relief role. Delicott never was able to get loose. Guppy, of course, continuing to serve it up all season long. You know what? For all of those guys who subbed in this year, we'll give them all the Sub of the Game award tonight, which is brought to you by Pellegrino's. Always fresh, always fast, always delicious. The Excellus Play of the Game, which is brought to you by Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping you achieve your goals. On the attack into Rhino territory at the far end of the 18, looking for a cross. And in front, hit ball right in the chest of Valley, grabs it and holds on. A cross in front by Noel. Once again, there was Etienne with the head bobber right into the chest of Scott Vallow. And once again, Vallow keeping his team in it, as that is the Blue Cross Blue Shield Play of the Game. The Power Trip Player of the Game tonight, I'm going to go with the entire team. I'll tell you what, even the ones that are not here, tonight they have done such a tremendous job all season long on getting this team all the way to just a goal shy of the finals. The Player of the Game brought to you by Power Trip. Get in the game. And the Paytech Call of the Game tonight brought to you by Paytech, personalizing personal communications. Takes the lead, now down in front, trying to sneak through Menyonger, in behind his shot. Oh, it's offside. Menyonger was maybe a foot in behind. The Rhinos are very upset. Krummelmeyer over to have a few words with the linesman as the Rhinos are whistled down offside. Well, the Rhinos did put one away, but it was all for naught as the offside call was made. All right, post-game show is coming up next. Just want to pass along a few thoughts here tonight. I thank all of you fans for your continued support all season long, and to all of the folks involved this year. The owner, Rob Clark, Matt Ford, Soccer Sam, the entire Rhino staff. What a tremendous job you did. Back at the studios all season long, every game. Scott Morrison, Craig Scheller, and the folks along our network. Thank you so much for the great job you've done all season long. To my partner in crime, Joe Giuliano. He's been there every night, post-game, and pre-game and post-game, and, of course, at the home games, color and everything. And he's short, but he does a great job. And so I appreciate it once again. Joe Giuliano, a great partner all season long. The training staff, Dave DePasquale and Andrew Schmidt, for their tremendous help all season, as they always have been very kind to me all year long. Outstanding job. Thank you very much. The coaches, tremendous job, the coaches. What a job they have done. Darren Tilley and, of course, Steve Guppy and their coaching have just been outstanding this year. I tell you what, from what they've gotten from the beginning of the year to now, it's just an incredible turnaround, and I still think that maybe Coach Tilley should have been up for Coach of the Year honors. And, of course, to the players, as I mentioned before, they have been just phenomenal and battling all the way from adversity to only one goal away from the finals. My thanks to them. I know I've forgotten some people, but you know what? To all of you who are involved, thank you so much for another great season. So it's the Puerto Rico Islanders moving on to Vancouver to take on the Whitecaps in the championship this season. Or that game may be played here in Puerto Rico. We'll have to find out later. I'm Don Stevens from San Juan. The final score tonight in overtime, Puerto Rico 3 and the Rochester Rhinos 2. Stick around for the postgame show with Joe and Sam coming up next. This is the Rhinos broadcast update. Good night, everybody.
Country 107.3 welcomes you to the Rochester Rhinos postgame call-in show, driven by Auction Direct and Connors and Ferris. Call 222-4369. Now, here's Joe Giuliano on Country 107.3.
Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to the Rochester Rhinos postgame show. I'm Joe Giuliano. I am comforting Soccer Sam right now. He's got a box of tissues, and wow, I mean, 119th minute. And we still officially do not have the goal scorer for the Puerto Rico Islanders. We'll try to get that for you as soon as possible. But I don't know, Sammy, 2-0 Friday, and unfortunate tonight.
Hey, you know, I think it all starts from that first goal. Was it really in Puerto Rico's first goal? You can go back to that. This last goal, it looked to me that Scott Vale's reaction was that somebody took down one of our defenders and scored a loose ball. And, you know, it's unfortunate. You know, it's all destiny, and it's unfortunate. This is the worst time of year for me when it's over, the season's over. But think about where we were in the offseason, where we ended up. Yeah, getting in that championship game against Vancouver would have been a movie in the making, but it's destiny, baby. These guys did play their hearts out, but we talked about it mid-season about speed. You know, that's something that needs to be addressed in the off-season. Up top, we you know, in the beginning of the game, Younger was basically alone up there. We need to have someone that could complement Deli and Younger for next year, hopefully. That's going to make a difference. Well, Scott Val was just amazing.
Yeah, let's give him right off the top of the bat. Let's give him the Peter Pitt. Or the Zweigel's red-hot player of the game. Scott Valo was tremendous. And Soccer Sam does have tears in his eyes.
I'm just emotional.
You really do have tears.
Dude, I'm emotional. This is sad. I thought these guys were going to go to the finals. I'm disappointed. 2-0 lead. You think you go in there, you play strong defense, you're going to make it to the finals. I mean, everybody from the office to the team, to all three of the coaches did an amazing job. But how does this happen?
Well, let's break it down. 3 corner kick goals, Sam. I know you're upset, and I feel for you, but the goals, all 3 goals came off corner kicks tonight. And what does that mean? How do you break it down? I don't know. I mean, I know Arsene Wenger from Arsenal said corner kicks are not a thing of beauty. They're a matter of I want the ball more than you. But 3 times tonight, that's hard to take. Scott Vallo was absolutely outstanding. You know, Noel Atieno. The third one, the winning goal, we don't know who got it yet. We'll try to find out as soon as we can. But the number's 222-4369. Rochester, I had my PK list all set to go. I had, 1 through 5, Rochester, Puerto Rico. I thought we were going to PKs, and then all of a sudden, last second of extra time or overtime, Puerto Rico scores. So Rochester is eliminated. So what that means, Sam, is the top 2 teams have reached the finals.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about parity in the league. I mean, it just, the whole Montreal thing is even, this whole CONCACAF thing, I'll say it right now, these other countries suck. Let's face it. They suck. I mean, this league for years brings in players. Our team's guilty of the same thing. You're bringing these players from these countries that their level of soccer has gone down instead of gone up, like ours has gone up. Today, we gave Puerto Rico the game of their lives. And then they're in, the CONCACAF semifinals?
The group stages of
the group stage. Vancouver beats Montreal. I mean, come on. It just shows you that this CONCACAF thing is so overrated. But
I won't go as far as saying that, but I would say that I think some of the teams don't take it as serious yet in this stage. I think to get deeper into the rounds, you're going to start seeing some more of these Mexican teams, I think, bring a little more to the table. But who knows? We'll see.
Younger's goal, was it offside? That would have changed the game.
That was close.
That was the only shot. Gaudet did nothing the whole game. I don't think he made one save, did he?
I don't think so at all.
I mean, nothing that I can remember.
Nothing.
I mean, Val was bombarded the whole game. You got Younger, had the breakaway thing. He looked like he was even. Who knows from the angles we saw. that goes in is different. The referee calls back that first goal that was questionable if it was a goal. It's just all destiny, man. It's sad.
That first goal was hard to tell on the quality of USL. You can't tell. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't tell.
John Ball going out early, that changed the game.
Minute.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Hines did a great job for a young kid, but having Hines being able to sub in for John Ball, or I'm sorry, for a midfielder or up top would have changed this game. I mean, but that killed us right off in the beginning. Bert's going down with an injury kind of hurt us. I go all day here, Joe. I'm just, I think for whatever reason, I thought for sure we were going to the finals.
We were in commanding lead, 2-0 on Friday, and then, 3-2 overall on aggregate. The number is 222-4369, and I got more bad news for you, Sam. This is our final post-game show of 2008.
Just, it's we worked hard at this.
Very hard, yes, we did.
And Don Stevens, 14 years in a row, is the only guy that's been with the organization from day one, doing his last game. He starts his whole hockey thing on Friday night, where the Amerks open up. But so I had the time of my life, with the staff, with you, with the team. I'm not ready for it to end, and this is hard. It's really hard.
It is. It's a culture shock when you're in season mode and you're going and you're prepping and you're doing this and going to games home and going to the studio for the away games. All of a sudden, it just ends.
Yeah.
It's going to be an adjustment, but you've got a lot to look forward to now. The suites will be getting built, and
screw that. I want to look forward to a freaking championship game, dude. Here's the thing.
Console you.
No, I'm thinking if we go to Montreal, I'm thinking how many buses we're going to fill. That's all I've been thinking about for 2 days.
Right.
And I'm thinking if Vancouver wins it, the chances that the game could have been here. And I'm thinking, how do we lock in season ticket holders to come and get a ticket to the game? And I'm thinking I was thinking too far ahead. But you think about it, we're up 2 goals. Puerto Rico's down, two key guys.
Players, yeah.
How does that happen? 3 key guys.
Throw Henry in. It happens to say that Colin Clark has done a tremendous job of putting together a team that's full of depth. And, you're seeing that tonight. They've missed 3 key players, but they still find a way to make it happen. Sammy mentioned earlier, Vancouver defeated Montreal tonight 2-0. Clark scoring in the 36th minute, and a couple of former Rhinos in the 40th minute. Sabrango and Becky combining Sabrango's goal, Becky's assist. So it's going to be number 1 Puerto Rico, number 2 Vancouver. Does it throw the whole parity thing out the window? The final 2 teams are 1 and 2?
It was close. It's just, I don't know, Joe. I thought today's game, I don't know how this happens, honestly. The referee, he was, what I think happened at halftime, he went in, his linesman said, you should have looked at me, that wasn't a goal. Because it seemed like he was giving us every advantage he could.
Oh, I thought he looked at the linesman. The linesman signaled goal.
Oh, really? Well,
that's the take I had from Don's broadcast.
I just felt that there was a couple times where we'd scout guys in the box and we didn't get any calls. And I'm thinking, okay, it's makeup time. But, hey, the bottom line is that I think Rob Clark, Matt Ford, Darren Tilly got at the end of the season look on what needs to change. I think we need speed.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. If anyone tells you we don't need speed, I'm going to disagree with that. I mean, we had trouble with teams who had speed all season long. I thought we matched up great if Vancouver and Rochester played in the championship.
We would have smoked them.
I really think so, because they're a very blah, what was the word you used, robotic team.
Robotic team.
Yeah, I agree with that, but it's not to be 222-4369. And I'm not going to lie,
Mike in Rochester.
I'm a little surprised we don't have a lot of calls lined up. We got one now coming in, Mike in Rochester. Good evening, Mike, and how are you tonight?
Hi.
Tough one, my friend. Tough one.
It wasn't. I just so proud of the Rhinos. I mean, they that they gave up the goal and they just kept on fighting. I mean, they just kept on. They had to be exhausted, in the heat and humidity, and they just kept on fighting till the final whistle blew.
I'm proud of everyone involved with this group. Almost no season in March. Soccer Sam, Matt Ford, Rob Clark, they all get on their horse and start riding to town. And I think you guys, your enthusiasm, it starts at the top. No matter what sport, what company, what staff you've got, and it trickles down. And you guys did a tremendous job of instilling that in the rest of the organization.
Well, Michael, the other day, Darren Tilly said something really nice after the game, the Puerto Rico game. He came in the Catalana's production trailer and said, he came into the office and saw how hard everyone was working. The ticket department and the sales department all kicked in. How about the ticket department? And he went back to tell the players, hey, these people are working really hard for us. We have to do our job on the field. And let's face it, they did do their job on Friday night at home. They did the best they could tonight. Weather conditions maybe.
Coach. I mean, it's like he molded the team like, remember Tilly as a player. I mean, they fought like he fought. So you know, it's going to be a sad. It's always a long off season. It's always sad when the season ends. But I think the team gave 100%. So I mean, what more can you say? But great job, guys.
Well, Michael, we all the fans that are listening out there, we all have to figure out a way, like immediately, to get as many people as we can to renew season tickets. Let's get as many people as we can to start coming to these games to keep soccer here for many years to come. And that's what it's all about.
No, I agree. I think the entire organization did an incredible job. Considering what you guys had to work with in March. I mean, basically you had weeks to do what you would start doing in October. From October to March, you guys had to do in March. I mean, that's amazing what you did.
Michael, it's funny you bring that up because I talked to Sammy during the game tonight. I said, Sam, if we win the championship next week, what are you going to do with the off season? And he's like, your response was, I don't know, maybe I'll quit and I'll come back in March. And would you say like to work under pressure?
I never really had a whole off season. I did my gig and then I would just come back and.
Right.
So we'll see, man. I don't even want to think about it. I can't believe it's over.
Sam, one thing I'm not sure if I actually said this. I know I've written in different blogs and everything, but this definitely was the most fun year at Paytech Park. I mean, everything was better this year. I mean, the people who worked there were friendlier. The concessions were better. I enjoyed the bands. I thought Beatlemania was great. The flyover, the two flyovers, the paratroopers. I mean, it was just it was like Frontier in '96. It was kind of like you just knew every night you went there. You knew it was going to be exciting.
Well, thank you, Michael. We all worked hard, and like Joe said, it starts at the top. And Rob Clark, instills a lot of positive energy in the staff when we work hard together. And it goes from Rob to Matt and all the way down, and we all kind of understand what was needed to turn this thing around. And bringing fans back was huge, making it fun again, and having a product on the field. And I guess we accomplished all that, and getting into a championship would have just kind of been the icing on the cake, if you will.
Come without getting there. And I remember I was thinking back like to the first preseason game, at Paytech, and we went to all the preseason games at Paytech, and people don't realize how hard Don Stevens works. I mean, every single one of those games, he was sitting there with a yellow legal pad next to Tilly. And, he was just picking Tilly's mind, about who the new players were and, what position they played and, what Tilly was expecting from them.
Yeah, Michael, I can count on that. Don is the hardest working man, I think, as far as broadcasters go in hockey or soccer. I mean, his preparation, his notes before each game, it's probably a stack of paper that's maybe 20 pages thick with bios and notes and stats and, it starts early for Don, it ends late for him. People don't see what goes into, getting a broadcast together. I've learned so much from Don Stevens, and, he's been a great guy to work from and learn from. And, Michael, we want to thank you, too, for all your calls to the post-game show throughout the season. Hopefully we'll talk again next year in 2009. Thank you, Michael.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Michael.
222-4369 is the number, 222-4369. If you're just tuning in, Rochester is stunned tonight. 119th minute goal by the Puerto Rico Islanders. The third one off of a corner kick. The Rochester Rhinos now out of the playoffs. And Tim, I know you're beside yourself. I'm upset and my stomach feels sick, but still, what a season. I mean, 0-4-3 to start. Semifinal appearance. Congratulations to everyone. And what can you say? Tilly, Guppy, they clicked at the right time. Unfortunately, just didn't go to the championship game, but you cannot take anything away from where it started to where they finished. That's just an amazing job, Sam.
It is an amazing job, and I think I got to throw Billy and Drucky in there, too.
Absolutely, right.
Billy being part of that coaching staff brought Scott Vale's game to the next level. You saw him made three totally
huge,
unbelievable saves tonight. And every game he's good for two, 3 huge saves that a lot, goalies, that's the difference between a good goalie and a great goalie. And he's a great goalie. I mean, Younger got our MVP, and I agree with that call. But there's so many players this year that game after game just played their hearts out.
What do you think about tonight? Younger didn't have many touches, didn't seem too involved tonight.
You know, we had Andrew Greger on the show yesterday, and he made a comment to Dee Veronica that, Younger's the kind of player where for like 40 minutes you don't see him, and then he'll make something happen. He did it tonight. I mean, twice he had chances to score, and he just came out of nowhere. I just think that he was starting to get comfortable with Deli next to him, Matthew Delicat, and I think that him and Marcinez just didn't match up well.
Yeah, it was an awesome experience working with such a huge radio corporation like Clear Channel, and hopefully it continues next year. The ball's in your court on that one, my man.
We'll see. We got like you said, we had a long off season. We got to see what we can do here. Obviously, Coach Tilley and Matt Ford and Mr. Clark will focus on the team aspect and sign as many of these guys back, I hope, as possible, and add a couple new guys, and we'll focus on. And we call our team, my team, Team Cash. We'll focus on how to make our game productions a little better and better, entertainment, better giveaways, and see what we can do with concerns the fans have.
Well, it sounds like from our caller Michael, the Paytech Park experience is definitely well on its way to being something the fans will continue to come back for more of. Folks, 222-4369, and I don't know if other fans are too busy crying and upset about tonight, but
no, we got
no
TJ
other calls. Let's
here.
go back to the phone. We got TJ now joining us on the post-game show. Hey, TJ, how are you? TJ, having some trouble hearing you, bud.
Yes. Hey, guys, what's up?
How are you?
Could be better. First of all, I'd like to say the entire team played their hearts out tonight, despite the result. As Sammy said earlier, that you go down there 2-0, or I'm sorry, up 2-0, and you give up 3 goals, and 3 goals on corner kicks nonetheless. What can you say? I mean, Bello played insane tonight. He played his heart out. My hats off to him. Hats off to the entire team. But got to make a positive out of this. But my player of the game would have to be the entire team. Whoever thought that Tilley would be able to mold these guys from, as you guys said, an 0-4 and change start in the preseason to going all the way to the semis, and maybe a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes away from going to PKs and possibly going into the championship game. Who would have thought it? But nonetheless, it's going to be a hard off season and a tough pill to swallow, as they say. But my hats go off to you, go off to Sam, Craig, everybody in the studio, everybody in the office that did what they had to do to pack Paytech and to make this year a very great experience for me and everybody else that went to the games. And, of course, my hats off my number one hat goes to my friend, my buddy, should I say my friends and my buddy, Don and Sammy. Those two guys are the best sports broadcasters and fans in the world. Don is the awesomest guy. I love what he does. He makes the game more fun, and you listen to it, and you know you're going to have a good time.
TJ, that was really nice, but TJ,
nice
you forgot about Joe, man.
That's okay. Next time, TJ.
Joe is a big part of the broadcast. Joe's very sensitive.
No, I'm okay. I'll be fine.
You're right, Joe?
I'll be fine. TJ, thank you very much, as usual, for your calls throughout the season. And this evening, 222-4369, the Rhinos' 2008 season comes to an end against the number 1 seed, Puerto Rico Islanders. And, man, what a weekend. I'm drained today. I am exhausted. I can't imagine how these guys feel. The locker room right now is just got to be such a quiet, disappointed place. But these guys have nothing to be ashamed of. Darren Tilley and the rest of the guys are just going to walk out of that locker room and say, where we came from to where we are tonight, a lot of teams in the world of soccer couldn't accomplish that.
Well, I'll tell you, a big thing tonight that was apparent to me is Zé Roberto. This is the kind of game where he could have made a huge difference, obviously, and Mauricio Salas. I mean, having those two powerhouses either starting or being able to come off the bench would have changed things. And we forget and that chalkboard until he's off. So I'm sure the first week of preseason, those guys had major roles on this team, and boom, they're gone. I mean, they're injuries, and that messes you up, and it's tough to recover. And don't get me wrong, the guys that filled in did a good job, but you still got two amazing type players that were out for this year, and I wish them a speedy recovery. Hopefully, they get healthy enough to be back with us soon.
Yeah, let's hope the contract situation works out for both of them. I don't think Mauricio is. I think he's signed for one more year, I believe.
I'm not sure of the whole contract thing, but I know Mauricio and Zay spend a lot of time indoor, and I believe that the indoor game, makes you a little sharper.
Mauricio's done with indoor. I saw him last week, and he's done. He's done with indoor.
But so we saw Eddie Sabrango tonight do his thing in Vancouver, and he's still playing active indoor. And I think that indoor game gives you that touch, that pretty touch that makes the game more interesting. So there's 2 new indoor leagues. We'll see how many of the Rhino guys. We'll keep you guys informed all winter long on the Rhinos website, rhinosoccer.com, and where these players are playing indoors, so you could follow their careers.
Where does the Soccer Sam show go from here now?
Well, I'm not sure. We got to make some big decisions the next couple weeks. If we keep the show going all winter long, and we're gonna still do the big drawing all year long. That we the kick to the show. I'm sorry. That we'll do the drawing all year long. That for 4 tickets. But I don't know. It might be time to hang up that mic. We've got a lot of positive things going in other directions, and we might have to hang up the mic and focus on other areas of expertise in the soccer business.
If that's not news breaking, I don't know what is. Wow, Sammy. I had no idea.
Well, I kind of broke the news a little bit to James Weissy yesterday after the show, but it's just the whole business has changed considerably, and let's face it, it's just things are different. And, obviously, I can't say much right now, but we'll see what happens. But the bottom line is that you fans, you guys are the greatest. You guys and girls are the greatest. You came to every game. Famous Dave's Barbecue, Chris and Doug just turned around the whole field of concessions.
Yes.
All the sub-vendors came in and did some unique things, and we're going to make that even better next year. What
do you envision next year's changes taking place?
Well, my biggest goal, personally, is to camp out at the city of Rochester and get them to really just knock down a bunch of houses around there like they've talked about for years, and just actually let's do it. Let's just bulldoze that neighborhood around there. Let's build new houses like they've done closer to Cornhill recently near us, near Nick Tahoe's and all that. They built like all these brand new beautiful houses. I think the same thing needs to be done around Paytech. Let's add more parking. That's my biggest priority. I think from outside of the stadium. Inside the stadium, we're going to meet with some city officials, obviously, to do the suites, and that's what Matt and Rob are working on. I like to work on more permanent concessions for the temporary guys. Hopefully you won't see the tents next year, and you'll come to the Abbott's, and it'll be a little mini building, and you'll come to Nancy's Fried Dough, and it'll be a mini building. And, we got the band all set for next year. We're going to have our own house band every single game. They're going to bring in special guest singers every couple games, and the whole thing with the kids zone is set. I think the Stampede got their thing happening, and I feel good about what they do. We just got to get more fans there. And we have the whole off-season. Brian Harrington and his whole ticket department have the whole off-season to sell 3,000-4,000 season tickets. And our sponsorship department has the whole off-season to hopefully bring in some creative things to make you want to go to a game. Maybe you could win something big at a game, or a different, like we saw one game, Finger Lakes did a $500 giveaway. Yeah. Maybe we could do that every game next year. So that's what we're going to do in the off-season, and do everything we can to make it a better experience for the fans that are at the games, and obviously what we do here, Joe.
Sam, considering all the situations and a lot of new faces coming in the office, a lot of people learning on the job, you're in the office on a day-to-day basis. How do you see the experience they got this year translating into success for next year?
We got some great committed people, and I think we had to make some tweaks earlier on, and we had to kind of, you get the most out of certain people and figure out who's good at what. But I think we're a couple key people away from probably being one of the strongest groups that I've ever seen be a part of the Rhino organization. I've been around since day one, and there were some great people for many years, and we lost some and we gained some. But I think this year, the key people, the people that are there right now just work so hard. They care. They're there early. They stay late. They care about this club. They care about the game. They're not there to supplement their incomes for another sport or another season. They care, and so I think we got something great happening in our broadcast team with you and Don. I hope you guys I know you're going to be back next year. I know Don's committed to hockey, and I'm not sure what's going to happen in the off season with that, but hopefully he'll be back next year. And we just got to make it better, Joe. We got to do everything we can. You fans need to reach out to us. You need to go to rhinosoccer.com, and soccersam.com is my personal, soccersam@soccersam.com is my personal email address. Tell me what you're looking for. Tell me there's something that we're not seeing to make it better. But I go out of my way, Joe, on a daily basis to quiz as many people as possible on why they don't come to the games, and if they do, what they do or don't like. And I make mental notes. I take down notes, and hopefully we can implement all those things in the off season.
Guys, we've got Matt in Rochester.
All right, let's go back to the phones. 222-4369. Matt in Rochester. Hi, how are you tonight?
Hey, guys. I want to start out by saying I am a first-year season ticket holder, and definitely I'm going to buy season tickets again next year. I brought my neighbor to a couple of the games, and he's hooked. He's going to buy season tickets. That being said, you guys sound like you're ready to jump off a bridge, and I want to cheer you up a little bit, because for this season that almost never happened, for the Rhinos to go as far as they did, it's nothing short of awesome. And you guys put a little pep in your talk here. You sound very sad, but this is an awesome season. My family is hooked on it. We have a great time. We even delayed our vacation, our 2 weeks at the beach, by 3 days because we didn't want to miss a game. We only missed one game instead of 2 games. So this is a good thing going here, and we're hooked. We're going to stay fans, season tickets for as long as they're around.
Well, Matt, thank you. And Matt, just so you know, this is how I am. The last game of every year, unless we win a championship, this is me, baby. there's a part of me that's too much of a fan. But we appreciate it, man.
I'm sorry, because last night, or it's Friday night, walking out saying, wow, this could be the last game of the season, and I was kind of bummed too, because A, winter's coming, and B, but now we have something to look forward to, an even better season than this year.
Matt, you cut off there, but yeah, excellent points, and I'm going to try to stay offbeat. When I look across the table and see tears in Sammy's eyes, he's like a little puppy. He was so sad.
It's sad, dude, but
it's okay.
One thing I didn't mention, we are working at Clark's Arena at the building at Paytech Park. We're putting a little building there, a little area there where we're going to hopefully get some fans get-togethers, get our house band there, and maybe do a little get-together with the fans before the holidays. Maybe do a little season ticket drive, and if you pay for your season tickets by a certain date, maybe we'll invite you over, get to see the players, get a nice little turkey for the holidays. We'll have a band there. So we're working on that, hopefully as early as Monday, or I'm going to take Monday off. Tuesday we'll start. I definitely, if Rob Clark's listening, I need a personal date tomorrow, buddy. Yeah. I'm not going to sleep all night.
Hey, Rob, I'm his witness here. He's not in good sorts right now, but we'll get him through it right now. 222-4369, 222-4369. The Rhino season is coming to a close tonight. 2008 is in the books. Rochester makes it all the way to the semifinals. Awesome Al, good evening for the last time in 2008. How are you?
Soccer Sammy.
Yeah.
Juggling Joe. Giuliani.
Yeah, Giuliano, don't worry about it.
Hey, listen, there's nothing to be sad about. This has been an incredible season. Soccer is hot and back in Rochester. And, the other night, just to put things in a little perspective, the other night after the game, I took a stroll around the stadium. For how many years we fought to get a soccer stadium in Rochester, regardless of where it should have been, where it should be, all that stuff, that's over with. The point is, we got us a really nice soccer stadium that would be the envy of any A-League team, let alone any city, okay? And soccer is here to stay, and I think this is just the beginning of a large history of soccer in Rochester. And I say, come out next year, get ready, let's do what we got to do, and get ready again next year for an even greater soccer season in Rochester.
Well, Al, I started the pregame show tonight with a little drama, I guess. talking about how there was almost no season. The Rhinos almost went by way of the Lancers and the Flash, and thank God for Rob Clark coming in and then hiring great people like Matt Ford and Soccer Sam to keep our dream alive.
You know, if you just take a stroll around the stadium, I mean, just take some time on your own. I mean, it really is a nice stadium, and you just got to appreciate it. I mean, how many years did we fight for it? I mean, look at I know the Yankees are a different par, it's a whole different league, but they got billions of they can call up the governor for money anytime, just about. You know what I'm saying? They're in that. But we fought for this stadium, and it's here, and we got it, and it ain't going nowhere. Rhinos are going to be here to stay, and I think we need to get out there, support the league, support the team, and let's enjoy it and make the most of it.
You know, Sammy L mentions taking a stroll around the stadium. You're probably going to be mad at me, but 2 weeks ago, I finally went to the upper deck, just sat down in a seat, and took a view of the field. Absolutely stunning. 3-4 years now, I finally got to the upper deck. If people don't know about that, I think those are the best seats in the house.
Yeah, I think they should be like the penthouse seats.
Unbelievable view.
Those are amazing. But yeah, I agree with you. You know, we after every game, Don and Joe do their little gig after we're done with our broadcast, and I just look around and think, man, this is breathtaking, beautiful. I mean, once you're inside the building, I mean, it is beautiful. The field, the stands, it's just a great view for soccer.
Everything needs tweaking. We got the basic, we got a stadium. Now let's work on the improvements. Let's go.
Yeah, Soccer Sam mentioned to me off the air tonight that we're going to have natural grass next year. Is that true?
No, I'm just kidding. But you don't want natural grass. You see what happened in Vancouver. Anybody that saw the Vancouver tonight game on TV, there was like bald spots everywhere on the grass. I mean, it's just bad. You know, with the amount of times you need to play on the surface. But hey, Al, thanks for the call, buddy. Awesome. Al's been a big listener and a supporter of this team for many, many years. He's a good man, great soccer player in his day. Well, Joey, I don't know, buddy. It's just sad.
Sad. You don't want to wrap this thing up, do you?
Well, I want to wrap it up, but I want to. I was hoping to get Coach Tilley or a player on and just to kind of close out the show.
And I'm a little disappointed we can get a coach or a player on. You know,
dude, I understand. Look at me, I'm a mess. Imagine them.
Yeah, I know. I'm just a little disappointed. I would like to talk to them and get their final thoughts and kind of put some closure to this. But you're right. It's probably a very quiet and sad locker room, but still, that's part of sports. And I would love to have spoken to Coach Tilley or to one of the players tonight to put some closure on this thing. But don't get everything you wish for.
That's right.
Guys, we do have a former player. I can put him through for you.
Sure, go ahead. Scott Morrison.
His name's JP.
JP, good evening. You're on the post-game show.
Well, I don't wrap it up, but I want to...
Hello, JP.
JP, got a little...
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Goodbye. Hello. Is this JP as in Jason Perry?
Hello?
Jason?
Yes.
Jason Perry?
Yes.
How are you, my man?
Good, how are you?
Thanks for calling in tonight.
He keeps fading in and out, you know?
We'll have our producer...
Hello.
Jason, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that. What's going on?
Not too much. I was calling in and saying it always seems crazy down there in Puerto Rico, you know?
You know, I knew going in there was going to be a wild crowd, and, you've played on that pitch before, too. It was a little wet tonight, too. What does that do to the game?
Well, I mean, obviously you have to be very mindful of your footing when you're playing and things like that. But, I mean, more importantly, if you listen to the guys, and it's not even guys on our team, the guys throughout the league, whenever they play down in Puerto Rico, the one thing that always comes out of their mouth is, we're going down to Puerto Rico and something crazy is bound to happen, because there always seems to be something that either is called and is phantom or isn't called and should have been, and, there's nothing wrong with playing hard and losing, but when you play hard and you feel like you get cheated when you walk off the field, there's always something wrong with that.
Well, that first goal, like Sammy was saying, we're not sure if it was over the line or not, but on USL Live, it's so hard to tell because the video is so grainy. But as a defender, what do you make of this? The 3 goals they scored all came off of corner kicks. Is that some kind of indication, something we should be concerned about?
Sometimes those things happen, but that's a big melee down there, and there's things that go past the unseen eye as far as people getting checked and picked and knocked off the ball, and sometimes when you have the ability to turn a blind eye to those things, people get free, and all you need is to get free a little bit in a situation like that, and people have the ability to stick the ball in the back of the net, And obviously at the end something must have happened because for some reason it seemed like, half of our players stopped, like there was an infraction or something. And obviously you have to play to the whistle, but, something must have happened.
It was weird. That third goal they scored, the corner kick was taken, the guy came in, headed it, and of course there's traffic in the box and collisions and whatnot, but I didn't see anything that would result in the referee going to the linesman to discuss and verify that it was a goal. Sam, did you see anything on that?
No, but just the reaction of some of the players.
Yeah, very strange.
Something had to happen.
Yeah.
But hey, JP, man, you got 6 months, baby, to get ready. I told you, Wayne Gretzky said it 2 years ago. His biggest regret was not playing another 10 years. You got to keep on playing, buddy. You got to get back out there. The city loves you. The fans love you. You do your whole thing off the field. And imagine the fans getting the chance to come and see you play on the field. Come on, let's do it. I'll be your agent. We'll make it happen.
Well, yeah, my alliance is with my 600 kids now, if you want to consider that. I don't know how I went from 1 to 600 in a year, but I must have been doing something right. But, my alliance is with my kids now and, providing the stuff that we're doing as far as, soccer and academics and really showing them, the right way and trying to teach them some things. But, you can never say never. I can't say that I haven't missed it. But, I guess that's a discussion for another time, another place.
All right, JP. Well, buddy, I appreciate you listening tonight and giving us a call. And, hey, maybe we can work out a deal where maybe we don't pay you, but we hook you up with some season tickets for your 600 kids. We'll work something out. We'll do something creative.
No problem. But, yeah, it's been an overall great season, and, just keep up with the good work.
Jason Perry, thank you very much, and best of luck with Flower City Soccer, as I believe he's now the president of the Flower City Soccer League. And great player. Great that he stayed in Rochester and continued to give back to the community. And that's really just a first-class guy right there.
It's part of our soccer success in Rochester. If you go back to the Lancers, a lot of the guys just fell in love with the city and ended up staying here and buying houses here and living here and giving back to the sport. And Jason's kind of like one of the, I'd say probably the first of the new generation of Rhinos to do that, to just say, you know what, Doug Miller did it, but he was part of the old generation of the Rhinos. But Jason's part of one of the newer generation of Rhinos that said, I'm going to give back. And he's doing his thing with Flower City. He's making sure those kids come to the games and see the sport and fall in love with the players and fall in love with the game like we did when we were kids.
I talked to some of the kids who are playing in Flower City, and absolutely nothing but positive and rave reviews for Jason from the youngsters, and they're learning from the best. But the best tonight wasn't Rochester. 3-2, they unfortunately lose the series to Puerto Rico. I got to give them a ton of credit because Charleston dominates us in the regular season. We take them out of the playoffs. Puerto Rico dominates us in the regular season. We take them to the 119th minute of game number 2. That's a tribute to the coach, to the rest of the team. I mean, these are clubs that really had wonderful success in the regular season, but it shows the growth and the development of the team later on in the year.
I agree, Joe. And, tonight's game, like Jason says, the wild things happen in Puerto Rico. That first goal doesn't go in. It's a totally different game.
Yep.
Can't look back. Let's look forward. Let's start looking at some players for next year that kind of fill that little puzzle. There's maybe 2 pieces missing in that puzzle. Get those 2 pieces in there. So in the future, when a John Ball goes out injured or Kenny Burts goes out injured or Zay Roberto or Salas, you got the guys that can fill into those roles that you need to fill in and make things happen.
I think you make a huge point there because depth is going to be the key. Puerto Rico lost Miranda, Jones, Nigel Henry, 3 key players, 2 of them right in the center of the field. And Colin Clark has assembled a squad with a lot of depth, and they're able to come out of Puerto Rico no matter how they did it tonight with the victory and advance to the championship.
Yeah,
You've got to have the depth.
And Noah Delgado, their captain and one of their best players, went out, kind of late.
I was a little surprised that he came off.
He cramped up, I think, but they still had the depth on the bench to come in, and that's important. As this league progresses, the quality play gets better. The depth's so important. But hey, Joe, before I say goodnight to you, man, I just want to thank the Rochester media, Jeff DeVeronica, obviously everybody from Clear Channel, all the TV stations that have supported this team in the preseason and during the season, and hopefully we'll get your support all year long. And remember, there's only a few Rochester teams, and we live in Rochester. And I know that the Buffalo sports teams are popular and the Syracuse sports teams are popular, but I hope that you guys in the media that live here and your families go to school here and you want to keep Rochester alive, there's nothing better than going to a minor league game. You heard it from one of our callers, first-time season ticket holder, rescheduled his vacation. I mean, that's what this is about. We have affordable family entertainment in a minor league sports, and Rochester has now there's 4 key teams, obviously us and the Red Wings in the summer, the Amerks and Nighthawks in the winter. You got to do that, man. You media guys, man, please give it your all to support what's going to help you guys keep your jobs. I mean, make your job more interesting by giving people what they can't get on the other 300 channels on cable or on other sports radio talk shows. Give them something they can't get anywhere else, and that's local sports. All you fans, all you Rhino staff, if you're listening, Joe Giuliano, I love all you guys. I'm out.
Sammy, we love you too, and we want to thank you for everything. All right, Rob Clark, Matt Ford, Soccer Sam, Don Stevens, the rest of the Rhino staff, Scott Morrison, Craig Scheller at Clear Channel. Just thank you, everyone, one and all, for just giving me the opportunity to work with Soccer Sam and Don Stevens and cover a game I love so much, the beautiful game of soccer, and all the way to the semifinals. Congratulations to Darren Tilley, Steve Guppy, and the rest of the boys. They should come home proud, and we'll be back before you know it with 2009 Rochester Rhino Soccer. Until then, I'm Joe Giuliano saying thank you very much, and ciao for now.
She goes to